Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Border Kingdoms Adventures. Yes, it has been a hot minute, as the young kids say. Um, we are back doing D&D actual play here on the channel. It has been since Wednesday because Thursday we never have anything going on here, and Friday and Saturday we have been off for virtual weekend. But we are bringing back a brand new show. Actually, it's kind of a brand new show, but we're revising it, revisiting it. We are reviving it. We are resurrecting it, however you want to consider it, from our last time on 20 Sides to Every Story. I have brought back the three Fae, a dwarf, and a pizza place crew. Added a couple folks into that group so that we can revisit Joe's greatest horror and pain of doing an all-female player, all-female character show because it just aggregates down to some of the most ridiculous stuff, as can be mentioned by the fact that they were in a zombie apocalypse and tried to create a pizza place. But that is what we do here on this channel. We play D&D on the internet because the internet is a zoo and we are the monkey house. So, tonight we are starting up a brand new campaign. It is going to be a Tal'Dorei Reborn campaign. How many R? Don't test me on how many R words I can come up with, Max. I was an English major. Um. So, anyways, this one takes place in the southern reaches, the southeastern reaches of Tal'Dorei. Thus, we have named this one preliminary naming for this one, since I know they're going to come up with something weird that for me to name it in the next month or so. Is Tal'Dorei South. So, welcome to Tal'Dorei South. If you take a look at that wonderful screen in the middle where we have got the Roll20 access, you will see that we have created a wonderful little splash screen with tiny, tiny tokens on it because of the splash screen is huge to take care of our roster, our allies, our NPCs, our enemies, the various quests that these folks are going to be going on. And when you scroll all the way down, we have got the entire yearly calendar for 836 PD, the year that we are in. And if you were able to scroll in like I am, you will see this wonderful little token down here where it is the Council of Tal'Dorei logo, and it is on the 18th of Thunshir, which is going to be the date that this game starts on. Um, hey, it looks like TJ has subscribed to the channel. Welcome, TJ, or maybe Haley. Um, but we welcome you to the insanity that is going to be this. Uh, you know what? I do like showing off my spreadsheets. Shush. Yeah, Max, you tell her. All right. So, anyways, we have got a new group of players. This one, again, as it is Tal'Dorei Reborn, is going to be done in the tradition of a homebrew campaign, because of the fact that that particular one is not an AL legal resource, which means that these players get to do some funky stuff with their characters because I get to allow stuff other than what is AL legal. Although we are doing it somewhat AL ish in the standard array stats, the calculated hit points. We're going to be doing things as milestones, so there will be some aspects of it that we keep and some we don't. That said, let's go ahead and get started on this zany adventure. I will start by unmuting everybody because that is a tradition here on Free Fay Dwarf in a Pizza Place because I can't get these people to shut up while I'm doing my announcement. Oh, I
You
mean,
actually
hi,
pretty good this
welcome
time.
everybody. So, uh,
Hello.
Hello.
I ha-
Hello,
I have
it's Ed.
I have not been able to I did not have quite have the time to get everybody's token set up and do nameplates. So what we're going to do is we are going to go down the line. I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves and their characters. So start off with me. I am Zombie Joe. I am the producer on the channel. I am the dude that started this thing. I'm the guy with no life, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to be the dungeon master for this particular show. We are going to be going every other Sunday, starting at 8 p.m. Central Time, and we will play for approximately 2 to 2.5 hours. Whenever these people basically cry uncle, I will stop running D&D for them, and then we'll take it up the next week or the next session, which will be in 2 weeks after that. So we'll go in order by the line on which I'm seeing it on Twitch. So Ruth, you are the first to introduce yourself
Oh,
and
I'm
your
the
character.
first.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ruth, and I'm playing Stacy with an I, and she really likes the mall with a U. And she travels around with her Chihuahua Tank, having adventures and stuff because like it's so awesome. She's like really into the elements, and as a barbarian, that's very important to be super in touch with the weather and the elements. So, she is here to align your chakras with physical force.
All right. Next up, God help us, is Lindsay.
Don't listen to him. Lindsay will be playing Arabella Nightshade. She's just, a human cleric, nothing to worry about there at all. She's very into balancing her humors and bringing cold dead fish after you've had something spicy so that everything stays in tune. She comes from a long line of clerics and just wants to be, a good girl in a bad world. Nothing more than that.
Yep. There
For
you go.
now.
Oh, God help me. All right. And next up on that list is Emily.
Yeah, I'm Emily. I'm playing Adelaide, a half-elf blood hunter. Yeah, and she's looking to kind of solve the mystery of why she could blood bend, basically.
All right. And then next up on our list here is Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm playing Amanita Fink. She's a gnome druid. She's really into mushrooms. Mushrooms her thing. She left her mushroom farm because her mother-in-law moved in. And so she's just gonna go find herself for 5-10 years and let her wife take care of her mother-in-law, and then when she dies she'll come back.
Wow, that got dark quick.
That's awesome.
Look,
it's just very relatable.
healthy, well-adjusted people don't become adventurers, and I just didn't want any dead family, so that was the next thing I could think of.
I didn't want any dead family. I'm just waiting for them to die. Okay, got it. Oh, Christ. Cheryl.
Yes.
You're up.
It's my turn. I'm Cheryl. I'm playing Mavis Meadowhome, who is a furblog bard who is out adventuring with her otter, Zazzle, just trying to share music with her friends.
Zazzle's got
Is
his own
that her
printing thing
otter
on the
friend?
Her otter friend.
Yeah. Zazzle,
What, we
he's got a
have
printing business on the
chihuahua,
side,
an otter. What else do we have?
Oh, God, I don't know. All right. Next up is Haley.
Hi, I'm Haley. I am playing Daisy Tagalong, who's a Herringon ranger. And I am a previous troop leader for the Fae Scouts. And I am out adventuring, taking a break from being a troop leader because being a troop leader is a bit overwhelming sometimes because there's all the little rabbits and you just need to have some me time out in the forest instead of teaching time in the forest.
And life totally isn't imitating art here at all. So, I'm sure. And then, last but not least in this conga line of, oh my God, is Dina.
Hello, I'm Dina, and I will be playing Bee, like a bumblebee. She is a tabaxi rogue.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You got muted.
Fine. Stupid thing. Unmute that. Stay there. Stay.
It immediately muted you again.
I can tell we are going to have some fun here.
Are we good? Now stay right there while I look at my character sheet so I can tell you the backstory. Okay.
I think Dina's the
so
troop leader, actually.
So she's a great poached tabby, and she loves jewelry. She wears rings, gaudy rings on every finger. She has multiple ear piercings. She also makes her own jewelry. You know, not quite like Etsy style, but she does make her own jewelry, and she's had kind of a business growing up. Um, she was stolen from her clan as a kit by like an exotic animal trafficker, but when it was discovered she was a little more trouble than she was worth, you know, kind of bitey as kittens tend to be. She was abandoned on the streets and left to fend for herself, and that is how she grew up to be a tabaxi rogue. So got some happy fingers and loves shiny objects and can usually be found manipulating those shiny objects into something fancy that she will at least convince you is cool.
Trust me, it's cool.
Trust me, it's cool. Looks great on you.
All right. So, for those of you familiar with the geography of Tal'Dorei, you're a bigger critter than I am. This particular campaign will be taking off in the Lucidian coast. It is the southeastern edge of Tal'Dorei, and surprisingly enough, is going to be the same location where the adventuring group known as Vox Machina got their start, in the city of Stilben, which is on the coast of the Lucidian coast, the coast of Catal Bay. It is a swampy coastal region that is just past the summit peaks and the mountain of Zephyra. And for those of you a little bit more familiar with the lore, Zephyra would be where the Arashari hold sway and where the current speaker of the Arashari, Keyleth, is living. So, the village of Stilben, also known as the Rotted Lot, for those that don't like the smell of swamp and whatnot, is a fairly large town. It is predominantly humans, elves, and halflings, but much like in any location of any show that winds up on Amazon Prime, they've got all sorts of sundry folks in there. Stilben is known as the Rotted Lot because of the pervasive smell through it. Sailors will pass through here, coming from Wildmount with various trade goods to work their way up through Tal'Dorei, or transporting people in the form of just setting up charters for folks that need to travel and do not have the ability to use skyships or magic to do so. But things that you will find inside of this area, in addition to the various coastal bits. My God, I'm dropping stuff all over the place. The various coastal things like fishing ships, merchant ships, pirates from time to time. You will also find that it is bits and parts of it are run by a thieves guild known as the Clasp. And for those of you watching the show, you may have actually run into bits of them at the beginning of this season. But that is where we are going to leave things off, and and yeah, I'm throwing stuff up. You should have seen me before we went live. I was throwing stuff all over the place and yelling about how many people could take an A name. All right,
We're bringing our A
you're
game.
bringing your A game. Yeah, I know.
The A
We're the
team.
A team.
This group of adventurers
Jinx.
in all of their glory have decided to make their way to Stilben because they have heard that it is a good place for folks that are seeking adventure and work and various things that'll bring them gold and fame can start. And so they've done for centuries untold what adventurers have done, and they've made their way to the nearest tavern to sit there and drink until somebody offers them a job. So this group has made their way into a bar, a tavern known as the Drunken Goat. It has got a placard hanging outside of it that looks like it might be a fawn. It might just be a goat standing up on two legs, on its hind legs, and it's got a tipping tankard of ale in its hands. The Drunken Goat is owned and operated by a family in Stilben. They are old money inside of Stilben, which means that they've just always had this land and have never had to pay for it because nobody else wants it because it stinks. But it is one of the nicest taverns, at least near the docks, which is kind of where you were looking to, because you figured that's probably where you're going to find the most work is near the docks. So we will go ahead and move you all over to the Drunken Goat Inn. Now, Drunken Goat Inn, happily provided to you courtesy of Dungeon Alchemist. The main mead hall, the main great hall, drinking hall, is up at the upper right there. The main door, of course, on the eastern wall, near the docks. And you can feel free to drop yourselves in at one of the various sundry tables in the bar there. You have got the vast majority of your friends and whatnot that are in here are human. Um, you've not gotten to know them very terribly well. You've just been hanging out and getting drinks. The only person that you've come to know well is the serving person that comes out from time to time asking you what you want to drink or eat, and that would be Genevieve. She is a human woman around the age of somewhere between 16 to 20. You're not sure. It's just impolite to ask, but she is a young woman who has been hired on by the family here to act as a server in that capacity. She has got red hair, um, kind of a deep tanned skin, is what is similar for a number of humans in this particular area, especially ones that work outside, which she tends to do whenever she is not here tending bar, and is almost cheerful to a fault. Greets everybody with a smile, which is part of the reason why this is such a nice place. And the not nice people just tend to go away because they are asked to politely to freaking leave. So, with that, um, you are taking in the uh, atmosphere of the tavern and just waiting for something to happen. And then in walks a there's Daisy's token. If you go into your journal, you can drag by your name out onto the field, and it'll put it on there. Bam. So in walks a human. He's stands about just under 6 feet. Uh, wears a suit of studded leather armor. Has a shield strapped to one shoulder over his back, and a sword at his side. Um, he has got a very pale demeanor as compared to a lot of the people from Stilben. Um, Possibly denoting the fact that he comes from further up north. And with that, I am actually going to go and grab him off the main screen because I don't think I actually put him inside of the.
You just walked in the door.
He just walked in the door. Mm-hmm. And
Over here.
bam. Yep.
Oh, okay.
He steps in, looks around, sees the group of you milling, goes up to the bar, talks to Genevieve, and she, cheerfully speaks to him for a little bit, and then kind of nods. And which point he kind of steps over into the corner and loudly announces, "I'm looking for a few good souls that are in want of a life of adventure, a life of intrigue, a life of doing what needs to be done in the name of good and getting paid for it. If you're interested, come on up and have a word. For those of you waiting or unaware of who I am, my name is David Law. I hail from up north, but I'm down here in the south to take into the concerns of my employers. Please, come on over, share a moment, share a drink, and let's talk." And he sits down at the table.
So, like, Amanita, what's your favorite mushroom?
Here it
I mean,
goes.
obviously, my favorite depends what you. It really depends on what you're doing with your mushrooms. So, if you want to roast them up, that's a nice portobello. If you're trying to make them into some potions, you can get some death cap potions. Those are really great. That's I actually named myself Amanita after a mushroom varieties. It's much better than honeysuckle, which was my birth name. But they just named me after my hair color. That's so boring.
I feel that. Yeah. Yeah, you have an Amanita vibe too.
Yeah, right. I feel like it's just like you never meet anybody whose name starts with A.
Okay, I'm gonna start muting you all while B steps over to talk to David.
I go with B.
Wow, that seems like a very animated conversation going on over there about horticulture. Please have a seat. Have a seat.
At the mention of money, of
Yes.
not exactly adventure or opportunity, but money. Money is good. Money sounds great. So B, who is not as tall as you would think for a tabaxi, they only stand about, well, she only stands about 5'2", whereas normal tabaxi are quite a bit taller.
Yeah. Well,
But multiple piercings. So a smallish tabaxi appears at the table with this gentleman and says, how much money are we talking about?
Well, that remains to be seen. It depends on the task. We do pay a decent rate, dependent on what the task to be done is, and commiserate on experience. But I can guarantee you for just minor escort duty and the like, yeah, it pays a decent rate of around maybe 10 gold for a 10 day. A little bit more if it tends to be more hazardous, but if it's adventure and it takes place out in the wilds, well, you get your commiserate pay plus whatever findings you get. Because once we send people out on missions, whatever they find out in the wild, they get to keep. That is the way of my particular guild.
So
Did
good.
I
And
just
is there a
overhear that guy say he
contract?
wants us to be escorts?
The contract depends. It, we start you off as a trainee. You sign your contract by job, and then once you become a member, well, then you just become a member in good standing, and we will have a standing contract for any of your tasks that you would do for us, and those can be negotiated in the event that they turn out to be a little bit more hazardous than you might.
But I would be free to go anytime. There's no
Oh, of course.
contracts as in indenture, right?
No, of course not. We would never do such a thing. This is a group of travelers and heroes. This is a guild of adventurers and treasure hunters. We are tasked for our jobs, and most people will find their own paths the further along they go. But if you ever find yourself in with an abundance of free time, you can always check in at the nearest guild house to ask for a charter, ask for a
Oh.
contract or an assignment.
So, my good friend, you've neglected a couple things. You are quite handsome and good with words. But who is your employer? Who is your guild?
Well,
Is this a licensed guild?
you're way over there talking about mushrooms. You shut up.
I came over.
Oh, you
when
finally
wanted
came
us to
over?
be
Yeah, I think we're
escorts.
just slowly wandering over.
Okay.
She was attracted by the shiny earrings and Bee's ears, you know.
Ooh, shiny. All
I
right.
heard that he wanted us to be escorts, and I wanted to see what kind of licensing
That is a
practices.
much different
I was
business
on the other
model
side of the room talking about mushrooms.
than
Okay,
you're
I didn't hear
talking
the whole
about.
thing.
It's a different guild.
Clearly, that is a much different guild, and
I
usually
just want
those
to
are
make
in
sure that your
Marquette.
activities are legal
Legal.
and that you're fully licensed as a guild.
You know, are there benefits? Do we get dental?
What is your guild name?
Dental. You're.
Also, random question. You just like walked into a bar and started trying to recruit drunk patrons to be in your guild.
For 1 gold a day, I might
Do you
add.
have a problem with attendance at your meetings, or is there a hiring problem right now that
It's
you
called
feel
a
that
recruitment drive.
Are we crossing a picket line? Are we scabs?
No, you're not.
that was my question. Is there a strike going on that you can't like
Well-
recruit from more
your current
reputable
membership?
sources than this tavern in the middle of a stinky bog?
There. If you
Hey,
don't, you know what? If you
it's
don't
not
want the
that
job,
stinky
just
here.
say you don't want the
It's
job.
not a
I just
sticky
want
bog.
to make
it's a
sure
very
that this is all in the up and
lovely,
up, because you know what? There's
rustic
like
location.
criminals out there and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm looking at a few of them.
But my
no,
good friend,
I'm a solicitor.
you still have yet
So
to
I know a
say the
few.
name of your guild.
I keep trying to say the name of the guild, and this one keeps talking and asking about whether or not I'm asking to be escorts. So, first off, no, I am not asking you to be those kind of escorts. This isn't Marquette. This is Tal'Dorei. Secondly, the guild is the Guild of Heroes. It is a charter that is the intro charter, and we will then siphon you off. We're a recruiter. We recruit for the various other factions that are looking for work of particular type of nature. If you are a ranger, a scout, we would then give you contracts to our various um, contractors, subcontractors. We're a subcontractor. We would then staff you out to that particular guild that is looking for scouts. If you are a soldier, we will hire you out for those looking for mercenaries that are of a reputable reputation. In other words, that aren't just bloodthirsty sword for hires that can be swayed by by the slightest amount of gold above and beyond what they're currently getting. So, if you're interested in joining the Guild of Heroes to potentially get hired out to one of the larger guilds for more appropriate tasks, or at the very least, are just looking for a little bit of work and a little bit of adventure to get your name out there, because that is how it works. If nobody knows your name, nobody's going to hire you. This is where it starts, in these seedy bars and stinky bogs, where
not stinky here. That
It's a-
is a bad.
it's
It smells
word
like
to
rotting
throw out.
fish.
it's a little
It
stinky
It
here.
has-
does. It smells like rotting fish. And then,
It has an aroma that is an acquired taste
Rustic.
that one should enjoy.
some
Very
people
acquired.
really enjoy seafood.
Of course they do.
I enjoy seafood when it's fresh, not when it's been sitting in the sun for 4 days.
All right.
That's good to know.
Mavis was the first to roll an insight check.
Do I believe he's telling me the truth?
You can roll an insight check if you wish.
I did. I have
You've
a
rolled
19.
already.
Many of us did.
We all checking you out, boy.
Mm-hmm. Cool. He's rolling an insight check too, because man, he's looking you all up and down like, what is going on with this group?
He walked into a tavern and asked the drunk people if they wanted to join his guild.
I mean, it is
Escorts.
a tavern that is known for adventurers who want a job to hang out.
So, Joe, with my talking to him, I also got 19 on my persuasion for him to hire me and my friends. But I want to know if he's lying to me first, because then it's a different.
Well, first off,
relationship.
I don't know that persuasion is going to work because that DC is going up every minute he spends talking to you.
That's why I rolled the persuasion now instead of later.
So,
Oh boy.
he is being on the up and up. He is in fact a recruiter for a intro guild that gets starting heroes, groups them together, helps them form a name for themselves so that they can hire them out. The reason being is then the guild, who is run by a retired adventurer, can get a finder's fee for every group they hire out. That is how they are the ones that vet these new groups of adventurers, and in return, they get a hiring bonus or a finder's fee for every job they subcontract you out for. And the benefit that you get is you get the benefit of their reputation and any sort of safe houses they might have, guild houses, places to stay on the cheap or free, as well as access to the various stores of goods, merchandise, magic, and information that they may or may not have, depending.
What about barracks or lodging? Do you have a house or a base of operations, somewhere we can stay?
We do have several boarding houses. We do have one here in Stilben. It is not large, but it is large enough for a couple of decent sized groups. But if you're interested in a job and we give you a kind of intro opening contract, a trial run, and you prove yourself to be of a good stature and trustworthiness, then we can get you set up in a safe house here in town.
I have the stature. I'm 7'4", young man. And you look very young. I am 250 years old and have been around the block. We're the perfect group for you.
I don't know about perfect. That remains to be seen. We will give you a
I'm just
shot.
excited to be here.
See,
Roof over my head,
And
money in my pocket, food in my belly. I'm good. I'm willing to be recruited. Sign me up.
enthusiasm is always good. And he then brings out a series of papers. The papers are basically a introductory contract to join into the Guild of Heroes. It is a trial basis membership for a contract, and it's a contract to do the task, and that portion is left open, and with the commiserate pay being again left open, and with upon completion, earning yourself a probationary membership into the Guild of Heroes. He says, so, for what I've currently got available, we have heard tell from a collector, a merchant here in town, that they are looking for artifacts of a unique and sort of a setting. There is a ruined temple not far from here. It is up the coast, about we'll say half a day's travel. It could very well take you the better part of a day because north of here is a little swampy, so travel is difficult to say the least. But this temple is a former temple that was existed around the time of the calamity, and has since fallen into ruins and has, as far as we know, been unoccupied. But as of late, there have been signs of lights, sounds coming from that area, and if that means that things have been digging around in there, uh, artifacts, artwork, historical uh, elements may have been um, kind of uncovered, unleashed, plucked from the earth. It was a ziggurat with a catacombs underneath it. The catacombs sunk into the water, and many say have been underwater for quite some time. If that has changed, if the water has receded, well, then that may have exposed all sorts of trinkets and goodies there. If you bring
So with
any artifacts, the contractor, the customer, gets first purchase rights to them, gets right of refusal, and the pay will pay for 2 gold per day that you are performing the duties. If you if you are able to excavate or at least explore the entire location and return, there will be a 10 gold bonus plus the rights to sell any of what you find there and return with. Again, with the contractor, the customer getting first right of refusal.
we
So,
know what he wants.
anything that is historical, anything that bears any sort of uh, artistic value to it, um, with the realization that items of any sort of uh, magical abilities tend to attract the eye of adventurers. If you find any of these that you are not interested in, they will take a look at it and consider it for first right of refusal. But if you find, say, if you were to find a magical dagger, and you wanted to keep it because you could make use of it in your trade, then they would not fault you for that. But if it's a, like I said, a piece of artwork, a piece of historical significance, then they would be interested in that. So, does this sound acceptable to you to go hunting for artistic treasures of a time long past to return to your customer for the purchasing rights for?
Can we get some supplies since you want us to dig and excavate?
Well, you won't necessarily be doing any digging. If you want digging supplies, I can provide them. But we don't expect you to actually be like being archaeologists and digging up artifacts. No, this is a question of. It looks like the temple is starting to see some activity, and going to find out what is causing the lights, the sounds, and bring back whatever it is that they've uncovered, or if they have burst up from below and brought stuff up with them.
There might be some fighting involved, and there might be some,
There will likely be some fighting involved. Yes.
and probably some finding stuff, and maybe some traps, maybe some uh, clambering and climbing and squeezing through small spots and all that kind of stuff. How are we
Sounds
talking about?
Sounds entirely possible. Yes.
Alrighty. That sounds like good fun.
I'm sorry. I was passed out for most of that. Where do I sign?
Yes.
I suppose this is what I was getting paid at my last job anyway, so that's fine.
There's water, like lots more water.
Yeah, I could use some water. No.
No, not to drink, to like wade and
There's the possibility of water.
well, he said something about a sunken temple or
It
But it
had
might be
sunken.
fine.
Who knows what if the waters have receded or how much they've receded? There will likely be some dampness involved. You are going into a swamp, after all.
ew. But okay, it's not the worst thing I've swum through or stepped in.
Really, and you were saying this wasn't. No, never mind. All right, all right, all right. Fine, no, it's fine, fine. He starts.
So is this a start now thing, or is there a time limit involved?
Well, I mean, as soon as
You have 10
possible.
days to come back with the shinies, or you get nothing.
It's as soon as possible. I'm assuming you won't want to stay out there for too long, but it is like I said, about a day's travel up the coast, maybe a half day.
What
And-
time is it now, Joe?
Right now, you're sitting at about lunch hour, somewhere around noon.
Wow.
I'm going to avoid saying it's
Oh.
high noon.
Can we get a map, my fine friend?
He can give you the directions. The map he can give you is just basically going to be the map of the coast, and he'll mark off the spot where it's located.
Okay.
And yeah, he says if you, they're like trails, hunting trails that go through there, scavengers, things like that will go in there. You can follow them up the coast, and it will lead towards it. And you can't miss it. The ziggurat, even when it was sunken, still stands quite tall, so you can see it from quite a distance away. So the closer you get, the more likely you're going to be able to see it in the horizon. And then just keep your eyes to the coast, to the north, and you'll find it no problem. Just be careful on your trek there. To don't keep your eyes up the entire time, because you want to make sure you don't step off any solid land and into the muck and mire.
Well,
So,
let's get some coffee into those who've hit the bottle a little hard, so we can get on the road, shall we say?
Sounds good.
all right. So you get some coffee. You pack up your things. He starts writing out the contracts. The contracts are stating that you will do an exploration of the ruined temple, a half a day to day's walk north of Stilben, and you'll be paid 2 gold pieces per day, a 10 gold piece bonus on completion, with first purchasing rights going towards the contractor that has hired you out. Um, and with that, and he does tell you just to keep aware. The reason that it says the contractor is that one of the biggest benefits that our guild sells is discretion. If somebody is trying to enhance their art collection or their business through these rather unconventional means, their secret stays safe with us, even to the subcontractors. So it is not any wish to be duplicitous. It is a wish to keep the anonymity of our customers safe from all. And whatever you don't know, you cannot accidentally release to the general populace. And
we get to keep the spoils of everything that we find. That's
Every-
not
everything that you find that is not of value to the customer, correct, you get to keep. And you get to negotiate, like if there's a piece of historical value that is actually like a usable like magic item, you can make a case for salvagers rights on that kind of a thing. They're mostly looking for artwork. So
Artwork like tapestries, paintings,
tapestries,
statues.
paintings, statues, jewelry, things like that.
Books.
Jewelry. Like I'm gonna give you that.
Well, that is kind of their business, which is why that's what they're looking for. But
That's why they're
Hey,
making you
they're
sign
gonna buy it
contracts.
from us, right? They're not gonna. They just don't expect us to hand over.
oh
all
no,
the
they'll
duties.
purchase it from you. Yes,
Yeah, so it's fine.
they
It's fine.
they get the first right of refusal. They also get to get a decent price because they're paying you for the task of going out there. So they're
Yeah,
paying
this
your
all
wage. But yeah,
very reasonable. Good
Exactly.
business, no problem.
exactly. So he fills in all those sections on the contracts, and then puts one in front of each of you to sign off.
Y'all are so suspicious,
Right? I mean, who hurt you? Seriously.
right?
I just
Well-
don't like to be tied down. I don't like to be, beholden to anybody, and it's just kind of weird. Like I'm never gonna get married or anything like that, just because, I'm not saying that putting a ring on it isn't nice. I love my rings, obviously, but I just like the option to not be there when I don't want to be. So, but this sounds okay.
So cynical.
I
Let
mean,
me tell
never
you,
say never.
my wife
No,
and
that
I
is
have
true.
been married for 15 years, and it's fine, and we're going to be fine once I go back after her mom dies. We're going to be good. Everything's,
I can understand that.
all right, I'm going to read this contract very carefully, though.
Yes, B also reads the contract very carefully, looks for any potential loopholes or weird duplicitous language, and it looks fine. So
I'm
she
not
signs.
cynical, but I'm not
he
dumb.
added in he's not going to hire you out as escorts. That you don't like to be tied down. Again, not hiring you out as escorts. Yes.
And we don't get dental or vision or anything like
dental
that.
or vision is talk to your local cleric. Hey, don't you have a cleric in this group?
What? Huh?
Yeah, but the cleric is drunk.
No, I had bad
Don't
fit.
you worry about dental? You got a bad
Mm.
tooth? I've pulled some teeth. I make you a poultice, too.
Stacy pulls out her lawyer's glasses and puts
Oh my
them on her
God.
nose.
They're literally
Yes.
just frames. She's the
They are,
hipster
yes.
lawyer.
Well, B signs her contract in like purple crayon and just this big flourish and just like the letter B,
I
and
think
then
All right.
that's it.
I think we found the Marine in the group.
Are
my,
you
My favorite flavor is purple.
are you Elwoods or are you She-Hulk or are you both?
She's more Elle Woods than She-Hulk, but yes to both.
Can I
Alrighty.
borrow the crayon?
I used to work
B
as
hands
a
over the big purple crayon.
solicitor.
It's one of those big fat purple crayons, There you go.
Hey.
Yeah.
Smells like
And
grape
here's
when you
Stacy literally covered in purple.
smells like grapes, so please don't eat it.
I'll just put a D and draw a flower. That'd be good enough.
Stacy's just got like one of those, like a kind of a ruler made out of a piece of bone, and she's like going down line by line, like.
Davy's just sitting there like, I need something harder than the ale. Just bring whatever. Paint thinner.
My
Yeah,
apologies.
good.
I used to be a lawyer in Amman.
I'm going
That's
to.
fantastic and very
You know,
handy.
I could have stayed in Whitestone with my brother, but no, I had to come down here. Yeah, get out and see the world.
Whitestone, such a lovely little hamlet.
I'm
She signs
gonna
at the bottom.
add like an addendum on mine that says I get first pick of any patches we find.
Surprisingly, you write that in, and then it just kind of flakes off as soon as you're done writing it.
Oh man.
And
Apparently, you
Stacy will
must
sign
addend
at
the
bottom.
contract with the magical pen.
And then she pulls out a little ink pad and has Tank put his paw print on there.
Oh,
Because you gotta involve your tiny dog somehow.
Of course.
The dog notary.
Yep, the dog. The dog's a
Notary public. Yeah.
Yes, notary.
Heyo.
Yeah.
Someone hands B back the big purple crayon, and she tucks it back in her pocket.
Wait,
She has many pockets.
wait a second. I've got a button for this. I'll do this again. The notary public. There you go. All right.
Nice.
So
So Mavis
If he needs to be on
signs
screen, we'll
hers
just have you kidnap Ginger.
with a calligraphy pen, and it's big, it's flowing, and whatever space it is that she was given to sign her name,
Mhm.
she goes bigger and writes over things.
Okay, cool.
Signs half the table.
All right. Sorry,
Well,
I'm gonna have
ain't
to
you
buy
a
the
tall drink
table.
of water?
I mean, that might be worth something someday.
You never know. You never know. All right. Well, take your
Out of
take
character,
your-
Joe, if we want to purchase an object, just something like, I don't know, say a jeweler's kit, is that something we can do off screen, or do we have to actually go to a vendor?
Oh, it's so much more fun to do it by going to a
Okay.
vendor. Then I get to create vendor personalities on the fly. That's always fun. That doesn't drive Matt Mercer to drink at all.
Well, I was
Um,
going to say, because I don't know about you, but I could really use a shopping trip. If we're going to go out into the woods
You
and a
can
temple,
use
I
you
could
can
use a few
shopping trip.
things.
That makes for good radio, definitely.
All right. At dawn we shop. Got it. This Stillben is a large city, so there are plenty of shops here that you can purchase supplies at. There's at least two that are one part general store, one part secondhand shop that caters to the adventuring crowd. Um, those that aren't contracted will come and sell their wares here, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so great. But it is a base starting point for the beginning adventurer to do their shopping at. So, and David will point you out to at least a couple of them. One is kind of a mom and pop type shop that is just down the street from the docks, at the edge of the coastal district, and more towards the far edge of the center of town. And says, "Yeah, if you go there, just let them know that you're looking to start out on your first contract, and you're looking for some goods. They'll get you set up, and if you let them know that you are that you are looking to join into the Guild of Heroes, they'll at the very least won't steer you awry and sell you junk. Some places, depending on how business is going, they might try and sell you on some junk, but you can make a little bit of assumed gratitude off the name of your potential contract. So the next that are you going to go that afternoon then to go shopping, and then leave in the morning? Is that the plan, or are you going to literally do at dawn we shop and?
Why don't we do some quick shopping and get on the road?
That sounds fine for me, because didn't you say it was like midday?
It's around midday right now. Yes,
So
it's
we've
around
definitely got some.
midday, and it's at least a half a day's to a day's travel to get up to where the ruins are, depending on how sticky the swamps are.
But theoretically, we could be there by this evening and set up camp there and start out
Correct.
first thing in the morning.
Correct.
I am okay with that if our drunken friends don't need to sleep off the hangover.
Well, couldn't have been drinking too much. It's still only noon. But, well, I shouldn't say that.
I was
live in
gonna
Wisconsin.
say.
I was about to say, you know better than that.
I live in Wisconsin. Yep, I've been to the morning radio shows before.
Arabella stands up and says, "Let's go to the shops," and then goes, "Ugh."
Oh dear. All right. Okay, honey.
I'm good.
I'm sure the
Genevieve
barkeep has prestidigitation. It's fine.
comes out with the mop, and as she moves the mop over, you notice that the mop kind of sparkles a little bit, and yeah, it's a mop of prestidigitation.
All good bars should have one.
So it's a specialty item. You have to request it. And then she kind of throws down a little bit of dust. Like, instead of dust of disappearance, it's like dust of Febreze. You know?
Throw some sawdust on the floor. That's what it's there for.
Exactly. Well, oh, you all be sure to have a good time now. And she waves you out as you head out to go to the shops. Going towards the shops to the mom and pop shop in question that you were sent to. Um,
Okay,
one
and
sec.
as we get there, is
Mhm.
what do we see? Just basic like dry goods, like
So
rations.
stepping in, you're gonna see the main part of the shop is kind of like a, country store. It's got feed. It has got things for taking care of your pack animals, your familiars, and whatnot. It has also got rations, water caskets, your typical farm and fleet. And then where you would find the tools type section, that's where you're going to find things like weapons, shields, um, backpacks, the various equipment packs, any type of herbalism kits, and various tool kits that you might find in the player's handbook as well. And then in the back corner is kind of where they've got the it's almost like a pawn shop type of a feel to it, where they've got the various goods and artifacts that have been recovered and sold to them. That is like a consignment shop sort of a thing. At least that's what they call it. But pretty darn well, they probably just paid the people for whatever they thought they could get away with paying them for the stuff, and put it up there. So it's a little bit like a flea market type thing in the back corner for any sort of minor magical items, potions, and the like that they have put a claim to.
Can we assume we already have our base weapons
Yes, all the equipment all of your starting equipment is what you've got
already on us? Okay,
from your build
fabulous.
out. Yep.
Then I'm
Me-
going straight for the candy aisle.
Hell yeah, candy aisle, and come on.
Yeah.
That is kept up near the up near where the register is, because
Fantastic.
Bee in
it's an
particular is
impulse
looking
item.
for a jeweler's kit. She's broken her one she has, and she needs to replace some of the tools in her kit. So that's what she's specifically looking for, is jeweler's tools.
You will find a small set of jeweler's tools that'll have the various like hammers, chisels, and whatnot that you've got for basic jewelry. Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
it is the it looking at it. It has got a slight markup on it from what you will find in the player's handbook, because I believe it's a how, how much is the jeweler's kit listed in the player's handbook?
I want to say they have it at 25.
Yeah, so it's probably set at about 28 to 30 gold. But when you tell them that you are there for your initial starting contract with the Guild of Heroes, they're like, oh well, if you're here as budding members of them, put in a word for us if you make your way to probationary membership, and we'll take care of you. And then they mark it down to whatever it is in the player's handbook, so 25 gold.
Okay. Could you maybe do better than that? And she kind of fluffs her earrings, like, the ones that she's made, and I will roll persuasion.
Oh, sure. Well, I don't know. I mean, we are already giving you that discount of is D&D Beyond not playing nicely right now.
Hmm?
There we go. Whoa. Yeah. Um. I think she just raised it back up to 30 gold. No, she's like, oh well, I tell you what, we'll keep you in mind the next time around, and if if your new boss has come through with some type of a contract for us, well, you'll be the first one that will give the better discount to.
I appreciate that. And I go to join Daisy in the candy aisle. Do they have any fireballs?
There is a collection of various sweet goods there that you can find. Hard candies, black roots, the various forms of chewable cane and whatnot. Uh, uh, most of them are of the natural variety, and then there are some that are truly like cooked hardened candies, kind of a thing. Um, you do find something that has the kind of taste and consistency to a fireball, because it is a spicy, sweet hard candy that it's marked as being the delicacy of the overseas sailors. You know,
Does any of the treats seem magical in any way?
no, they all pretty standard. This isn't the Feywild. This this is
I
just a
know
port city.
there can still be like an everlasting lollipop that you can just suck
Uh,
on forever.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything like that. I did hear something about a certain uh, arcane fella named by the name of Charles something. A little bit further to the north. Got himself
Hmm.
a little sweet factory. Hires a lot of halflings.
Hmm.
Halflings and gnomes. They have colorful makeup. They
See.
sing in coordination. It's a whole thing. Kind of a
Ooh,
creepy
He will
fella.
buy
Charles,
like 5
Charles,
silver worth of
not
candy.
do you know where this?
It's only a rumor. I've heard of it, but only in rumor and song. Something about a
Hmm.
chocolate river flowing through the factory. I don't know. If I go too much further, we might get sued.
B will buy like 5 silvers worth of just various candies.
You get a selection of hard candies and nice chewable, like almost like licorice style.
Is there any non-candy food?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of rations that can be purchased. Water skins, wine skins.
I would like to balance my humors again, so I require apples, mushrooms, spinach, and wheat.
Sure. We'll treat
Gosh,
that as if you're looking for a combination and any sort of quantity for travel for a few days, a gold piece.
I can do that. I
Oh,
think I can do that. Do I have a gold piece?
Can
I'm
I go back
sure
to the
because you
what?
started with like 10.
Can I go back to the weapons area and see the arrows, the selection of arrows that they have?
They've actually got a fairly wide selection of arrows, anything from the size of hand crossbow bolts to longbow arrows to almost what looked to be you would think they were ballistas, but it's just arrows for very large creatures like
Oh,
furbolgs and the whatnot.
I am a small creature,
So
so
yeah, you can
not gonna work.
no, you can find a selection of arrows that are sized for your pull draw length as well.
Oh, fantastic.
So, standard cost of about a gold for a quiver of 20 arrows.
Fabulous.
So,
Yeah, I also want to pick up some bolts and a short sword if I can.
yep, you can definitely find a short sword there for standard market price.
I don't appear to have any money.
Did you not start with any? What was your background?
I did a custom background,
Oh, well, that would probably be why then you
which
didn't start
D&D
with any
Beyond
money.
then erased, which I just re-added. So it gave me no equipment for my background.
Well, no wonder you thought you were being hired as an escort. You've literally got nothing on. No armor, nothing.
I'm a barbarian. I don't get armor.
I don't get armor. I'm a pugilist. Ain't that right?
No, I got all the stuff from being a barbarian,
Ah, okay.
but
Not all
yeah,
the stuff.
I
from
had put everything in when I built the character, and then when I went back in to look, I had no background stuff at all. So I don't know if like some of my stuff is from my background and some of it's not. I might have to rebuild this.
We can figure it out afterwards.
Yeah. So anyway, I have features now, but I
Hey,
have no
Dungeon
money.
Alchemist. Welcome back to the stream. I'm sure you recognize the map that we've got up, or it's the style of map that we've got up. So, anywho, this group, please pay no attention to the next map I bring them to because it's not going to be one that I created because I didn't have time to create a full map. Virtual weekend and all. But we will have more once I have more time to create more maps. Dungeon Alchemist is their person on the Twitch here that has given me a access links to all of their YouTube videos for making new maps, so I can figure out how to use the fancy tools that have been built into Dungeon Alchemist. Anyways, we shall continue on. So, you've got all of your goods, all of your sundries that you need for your adventure. Are you ready to head out up
Yes.
the
Stacy
swamp?
spent the last of her money at the bar. She doesn't.
Okay. The other thing I have to do is I have to get these fancy maps that are inside of this nice Tal'Dorei Reborn book and get them available to put up on in handout form so that you can all see the various maps. This would have been the bonus of doing it through the Border Kingdoms. I've literally got every Border Kingdoms map ever made because we're the only ones that made them. But anyways, going up the coast is again a very swampy region. The whole Catal swamp is the area of the swampy region of Tal'Dorei that lies between the summit peaks where the Arashari are and Catal Bay, which is the full-on coast that Stillben is on. It is slow going up the coast again because of the dry patches of land interspersed with quicksand, muck, mire. Anybody who's ever traveled through the bayou in Louisiana knows exactly what this looks like. It is literally a delta that is spread out across the coast through various storms and whatnot, and the protected nature of the mountain range just past it kind of keeps the muck and the mire very damp because it has no place to go and there's no more dry land coming in, and the winds are all kind of whipping around the mountains, keeping things damp and dank down in this coastal valley. Go ahead and everybody give me a survival check for a group survival check to see just how well you are able to make your way through the muck and mire of the coastal region and making your way towards it in due time. Well, apparently he picked the right group for the job.
Except for Mavis.
Except for Mavis. You know,
Mavis is playing her flute as she's walking and doesn't see much of anything.
it's that big lanky furball just stomping through the puddles. And then Arabella apparently was walking right behind her. Either that, or she's still getting sick from the day drinking that she was doing in the tavern.
Is anybody else really cold? I have chills.
See, I warned everybody. Lindsay, this is half the reason this stuff happens. You are able to make it fairly well with only a few of your companions kind of dragging down the average. But it's going through. You will see the closer you get towards the water, you kind of get that rippling water effect where you're walking along and everything's quiet. There's the bugs, there's the frogs, and then you just hear that kind of sploosh, and then you look and you see what is like a wake of water kind of going past, and you're like, there might very well be dangerous predators inside of this water and muck. I probably shouldn't fall into that. Um, uh, and
There might be dangerous predators in this water.
Nah.
Like,
everybody
That water's
grabs
not that
grabs
deep.
Arabelle and just sploosh into the water.
No, I'm all wet.
So, within
So
a
the coast is my preferred terrain. So if we are walking for an hour, there are creatures, I can know the number, size, and how long ago they passed through this area.
what you can tell is what is kind of native to this area is that there are frogs and lizards that are just kind of just thick in the swamp areas. Turtles, and once you get into the water, there are most definitely crocodiles inside of the liquidy, swampy areas. And though that wake, you look at it, you're like, no, that's a croc. Yep. You where everybody else is
How-
like, that looks like it might be dangerous, and you're like, no, yeah, that'll kill you. That'll eat you.
Yeah, that'll kill you.
So
You know, I've heard that every body of water bigger than a bathtub around here has a crocodile in it.
Yeah, there's definitely crocs around here.
not very far from the truth.
Hold
Don't-
on to that little yappy dog.
Very good
Oh,
point.
don't worry. Tank is very tough. In the last apartment building I lived in, there was a guy who had a crocodile in a kiddie pool in his living room.
And you all are walking through the swamp with marshmallows in your pockets. All right, excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, they do taste like chicken.
Crocodiles?
No, the marshmallows.
I don't know about the marshmallows tasting like chicken, but the crocs certainly do.
Crocs certainly do. Gator,
It's kind of a thicker, sweeter chicken.
it's a little stringy, but it'll do. You actually make excellent time. You do not wind up dropping yourselves knee deep in any swampy water, attracting the attention of any sort of death handbags that are floating near the shores. And you get close to you can see the ziggurat off in the distance, and you find yourself. Let's see, coastal ranger. Go ahead and give me a survival check at advantage because you're in your favorite terrain. 25 will definitely do it. So, also, Haley, if you remember, if you hold down the shift key while you're clicking it, it will roll with advantage naturally for you, without having to
Perfect,
click it
thank you.
twice.
Looks like I got a natural 20 on
Oh,
that
yeah,
second.
you got a nat 20 on the second one. So you find a nice kind of raised up area, an area that kind of formed a little bit of a landmass that is up and out of the water, plateaus. So it keeps you in an area that's going to be dry. That is, you're not in like a floodplain or anything like that. You're maybe an hour away from the location of this ruined temple, and you think this is a good, comfortable place to camp, so that you're not too close. Because again, you think that there's going to be something there, and if you keep watch, you can through the night you can get yourself an idea as far as the lights, the sounds, and what might be attracting the attention of the various ships that are going by, which is the information that your employer was pulling off of.
Like crouching down. I'll get one of those like little wind toys out and like hold it up. Wind's blowing.
Kind of like that insurance commercial. You're the pig hanging out the window going, wee.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a good spot. We need to get our moisture barrier down before it gets too dark and dewy, and pitch our tents here. We've got a good line of sight from this particular location.
I don't know about you because you have that fur instead of, bear skin, but my moisture barrier is excellent because I moisturize with my own blend of serums that I make out of mushrooms. And
Ooh, could
excellent.
you do a facial? I could really use a
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%.
I was gonna ask because you have beautiful skin.
So,
It's like dewy.
if anybody has come over from 20 Sides to Every Story when we were Frey, a dwarf, in the pizza place, if you want to know who tried to create the pizza place first, just ask the Mushroom Queen. All right, so always devolves down into food with her.
I
I
remember
really
that we saw
did
mushrooms
manage to
before.
make a pizza place.
You did
Yeah, we
manage
did.
to make a pizza place because your DM was kind and benevolent, even if he did drop
Yes.
a zombie bird off a
That's
mountain.
true. Yes, also true.
Is there a decent sized tree on this tiny parcel of dry area?
Decent. I mean, it's not a, it's not one of the towering redwoods, but it's not a bush. So yeah, it's a okay sized tree. It is a climbable tree if that's what you
Say, because
talking about.
B would like to climb the tree, being not only the tabaxi that she is, but also, being the ground is really not her thing. So she would like to she'd like to climb up in the tree and keep watch or sleep. She's a tree
can
cat tree
Yep.
tree.
cat tree.
I am in my happy place,
Look-
putting every
Looked
fence
over a
up,
branch like you're a jaguar. Yeah.
like starting the fire,
All
getting
right.
everything set, getting ready to camp.
Yep. You've no problem setting up a camp.
Yeah,
You get
I can take
a
care of it.
yeah, you get a decent camp setting put up because of the fact that that um,
Smokeless fire.
Daisy is definitely in her element here on the coast and swamp the uh, of the edge of Tal'Dorei. So
And
um,
Bee will help the others set up their tents and such and get everything, help build a fire, gather firewood, and so on and so forth. She won't actually do anything in the tree until it's time for bed.
all right, and so how would you like to set up your evening watches, or are you just all going to go to sleep and hope for the best?
Bee will take watch. If anybody wants to watch with her, that's great.
We got anybody who only sleeps for what's it, 4 hours?
Oh,
Somebody
I
don't-
do that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I sleep a lot.
Trance.
Good.
It's a very nice meditate. Meditate.
Bee will take a 4-hour watch, and then the rest she'll be fine.
Okay. So who's on first watch?
I'll go on first watch because I want to get it done so I can sleep.
Yeah, Bee will go on with Mavis.
And I
I'll
can't
do
see
second
really well
watch.
in the dark.
I'll do
I'll do
second
second.
watch.
Okay.
Well, I assume since you only have to sleep for 4 hours, you're going to do every watch after first watch. Is that correct, barbarian? Whose name I am?
It's pretty much all the elves. Stacy.
Stacy.
I think we only have the one
Stacy with an I.
Yeah.
Stacy with an I.
Stacy with an
Stacy
I
with an
who
I.
likes them all with a U.
Yes.
You're the only elf,
She's got a really pretty mom.
right?
You're trying to say that she's got it going on?
Stacy's
Wait, I was just
mom
about
has
to say
got it
that.
going on.
Heard, I've
Adelaide
sung a
also-
couple songs about Stacy's mom, and they all lead to her having it going on.
Is Adelaide also an elf? It's hard for me to see your ear.
Half elf. I
Hey,
still
there
need
was
to
somebody who was a half elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
half trans.
second, third, and fourth watch is going to be Stacy. Who is staying on second watch with Stacy?
I was.
And that was be Arabella.
Yeah, Stacy does some meditation for 4 hours, and then she's fine for the rest of the night.
And then third and fourth watch.
I'll take third.
Who has said I take third?
This is Amanita.
Emily. Oh yeah. And fourth watch.
I can take fourth.
And let's see. You are playing
Adelaide.
Adelaide. All right. Who hasn't taken a watch yet?
That would be Daisy, has not taken a watch.
Daisy's just gonna sleep the full way through. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Wait, that was an option?
Tonight.
Not you. They're making you
You're
stay
like,
up.
You gotta hang out with Stacy now.
I mean, Daisy did a lot of the work today.
Yeah.
Daisy did keep you all from winding up in the gullet of a crocodile. But
Daisy needs her beauty sleep.
Daisy once she
Got my
realizes
mushroom mask on.
once she realizes just how much sleep she's talking about getting here, we'll probably pop up at one of the other
Yeah, that's fine.
things.
Bee will
We have enough
shimmy
people
up
to
her
do
tree for
shorter
her first
watches.
watch.
Cool. Me, I'm literally like Stacy. 4 hours? Yep, I got my sleep. Woohoo!
Yeah, I mean, since we have so many groups, the watch hours are they a lot shorter?
They can be a lot shorter. It all depends. We'll figure that out. The longer you
Cool.
are traveling together.
Fabulous.
All right. So you set up your watch during the course of the night. Especially in during the first watch with Bee being up in the tree. You start to see at around dusk not necessarily lights, but there's like a glow, kind of almost like like light pollution that you might see if you were getting close to a large city. Um,
Some
and
really pretty guys wearing black suits told me that was swamp gas.
it is. And then there was a flash of light, and I don't remember shit. Um, but oh yes, that beep. That was somebody trying to collect up their folks for the charity marathon. For those of you watching, if you are interested in playing in the charity marathon, that's going to help us adopt our channel mascot Percy, the one that is on our logo. He is an actual raptor in Door County, Wisconsin. We're going to be having some online tables that are going to be involved. So if you're not in the Madison area and still want to be involved, you can donate into the charity to play some D&D next weekend on February 11th. I keep wanting to say the February 14th. I hate Valentine's Day apparently, but that's a Tuesday. We are not playing on a Tuesday. We are playing on a Saturday. We'll be playing 2 games over the course of the entire day, and yeah, it's going to be D&D. It's going to be fun, and all the proceeds are going to go to the Open Door Bird Sanctuary in Door County, Wisconsin, to pay for Percy's care and feeding and medical expenses throughout the year. You can
Can
find
you
out
drop
more
us a
if I
link
scroll.
somewhere?
I will. In fact, I will get that. I will get that right now for the
Thank
meetup
you
link.
very much.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, Mario was like saying, "I don't want to have to keep collecting up all the guys to play," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's either that or I don't get to choose which one you want to play." I'm letting them choose what tier they want to play, and I'm going to run it for them from the
There's
HQ
also
desk.
a raffle, right? Or like, no, there's a trivia game.
There's a trivia game. We normally have done auctions and whatnot, but we just don't have enough donations to do it. So we're going to do a trivia game from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and that's going to be in person. That's the only way I can do that. And yeah, if you are good with D&D trivia, the person that last person standing to answer the final question correctly gets to take home the D&D Trivial Pursuit game that I use for the questions. We have played it here on the channel a couple times now. You know what? I don't have moderator rights on my own account. Let's do it from this one. There we go. There's the link to the meetup.
Thank you.
I just see original zombie show. ... Damn it! All right.
Can't
That is
post
a
links,
link
Joe.
to the
You don't
meetup.
have that right.
If you RSVP in there, just say that you want to play virtual, and we'll get you on a virtual table. All right. That said, back to what we were doing. So from up above, you see kind of light diffusion happening over the direction of the ziggurat. Um, that it could be something supernatural. It could be folks walking around with torches, continual light spells, things that you will normally see from the adventuring types. You hear some of the sounds. Um, it could be some of it's the gurgling sounds of the swamp and the bog. Some of it sounds like uh, creatures. I suppose I could take it off of the town sounds that we've got in here because we're in the swamp now. There we go. Swamp sounds.
Say, may I roll maybe perception or investigation to see if I can get a better idea if those are natural or man-made?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. You know what? That sounds suspicious.
Let's see what the other person on watch hears.
That sounds
That sounds
really
suspicious.
Dina, I don't know what it
Suspicious
is
for
with your Zoom, but man, it keeps muting you at the last minute.
Fine.
I just keep looking up and I see your lips moving, but I'm hearing nothing.
And I can't make it not change. Every time I look at the map, it goes off. It's like, damn it.
You're telekinetic. No, you have
Oh,
telekinesis.
you might actually have you might have audio in roll 20 on or something. Check your roll
That's less
20.
interesting.
I'll look.
Roll
I'll
20
look.
shouldn't have any audio on because I actually turned it off on the default for the game.
Okay,
But
yeah, there's no audio and video in roll 20, and I made sure that D&D Beyond couldn't have access to my mic, so it just
I don't
oh
know.
well. Hey,
It'll get used to it. This is just the first show.
yeah, it's just I just looked at the map. That's all I did. You stupid technological nightmare.
All right. Um, but yeah, you don't you don't get a feel for anything that. I mean, it doesn't sound completely unnatural, but I mean, anything when it's in the dark in the night, it just sounds creepy because it's coming off in the distance. Um, but it's it definitely is something that will attract the attention, especially if you're kind of going by on a boat off the coast. It's something that will be noticeable. Um, but more than just that, even around by you, there's the various sounds. Mostly night bugs, the various obviously crickets. We can hear them right in our own
Hmm.
ears right now, uh, and uh, and the splashing here and there of if you probably fish of some sort. Uh, Daisy assures you that the crocodiles mostly sleep at night. They do not hunt during the night. So you think you'll be fine, but you never know. Weird stuff has happened. Um, you don't see anything approach this small little hump of land that you have found up and out of the water. Uh, the fire kind of keeps going to give a little bit of light, a little bit of heat, keeps everybody for the most part comfortable. The dampness doesn't really get too much into you. By second watch, um, most of you are having no problems second and third watch, except for the fact that you're not able to hear a whole lot just because Stacy keeps on talking about Tank and the neighbor.
She doesn't. But okay.
Oh, now she's gonna be quiet. But yes, you
That's not what she talks about generally. She
whatever.
talks about aligning your chakras and being one with nature.
Well, see,
Oh, she's gonna get along great with Arabella, who says, I just need to have a little bit of the spinach and mushrooms and fish, and then I'll just align all my humors, but I'll try that chakras thing.
Oh, what kind of
That'll-
mushrooms? What kind of
She'll
mushrooms?
lead you
are
through a
they?
guided meditation.
Yeah.
She's an elf, so she's really good at meditating.
okay, so
There you go.
second shift is all guided meditation, and nobody's actually keeping watch. Um,
Stacy's keeping
nothing
watch.
nothing happens though.
Then there's that
Okay.
ASMR thing. So B's just like out because there's the ASMR in the background, talking about your low voices and your chakras, and B is out.
Relax.
When we first started doing the channel, and I had gotten this podcasting mic, I just kept on going very very close to it because I had started watching that one show on that one zombie show that was on the Spectrum
The,
channel.
the Walking Dead.
No, it was a different one, but it was basically that COVID was the zombie apocalypse, but the woman on it would do ASMR for some of her customers, and so I would just keep getting close to the mic and going, I now want you all to roll me a Constitution save, and Pickle would be like, Oh my God, stop it!
And now,
Exactly.
take a deep breath and roll a Constitution saving
Take a
throw.
deep breath, roll a Constitution save, and look out for the crocodile in the water. Um, but you get through the night.
Or
You
is it
see
a
the same
dexterity
types of
save?
things. You see the lights off in the distance. Um,
Roll
as
the
you
save
get
you feel in your
towards the
heart.
as you get towards the morning, though, you'll start to kind of hear as the creatures start to wake up. You definitely start to see some examples of the crocodiles in the water. They are far enough off that they don't come near you all, but you do kind of now that Daisy's pointed it out to you, you're like, oh, yep, there it is. Um, occasionally you will see where like a rabbit gets snagged or caught up and death roll, and yep, that's all done. So by the morning time, the fire has been stoked up a little bit. Water's been put out to heat for coffee or tea or whatever it is that you bring with you on your trail for your morning wake up constitutional. Uh,
You wake up and Stacy's made coffee. Tank is just laying in her lap snoring.
Anyone who lives up in the tree sees. If you've ever seen your cat just sleep on its face, just like face down, It doesn't look comfortable at all. So Stacy's, Bee's got her face just face down, and finally she smells something cooking, and it's just like, breakfast.
And
Tank.
she wakes up and Stacy's standing under the tree with a coffee pot, just wafting it up.
Tank is kind of laying in
Yeah.
Stacy's lap. One leg is kind of twitching. The tongue's hanging out on the side.
Yep.
And Bee's tail just kind of reaches down, grabs whatever the coffee is, and just brings it on up like a prehensile monkey.
All
Oh,
right.
thank you. Not a morning person.
We're also making eggs.
You know, I generally don't eat before 10, but thank you.
I like the fact that these hardcore adventurers have packed eggs in their backpack to bring with them.
Oh no, you
Oh,
forage.
we didn't.
the
put
Oh,
it in
you
our
forage for the
backpack.
eggs.
Yeah, you forage the eggs.
Forage.
Oh,
the
okay.
eggs.
So you're having lizard egg omelets. Got it. All right.
Yeah. So you forage.
Songbird.
Songbird
They're
in this
quail.
swamp.
And now you have mushroom people, so we have we have
swamp
mushrooms.
quail.
And
Yeah,
I'm sure there's
so-
some cheese involved, so we got some mushroom and cheese omelets.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we're having chicken of the forest mushrooms.
That
Yeah.
works too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
So I could forage. I could forage you some fresh mushrooms, or I've got some dried ones.
I should just
Oh.
rename this show the Food Network of
You know how to
Tal'Dorei.
grind
Like,
it?
Yes,
You want some regular
despite
mushrooms or special mushrooms? Do you want to see?
despite
anything
not
different?
wanting to eat before 10, because you know that thing is just like, oh, I cannot face it. It's like, that smells really good. So B is actually willing to sample breakfast before 10 a.m.
Welcome to DD&D, drive-ins, dives, and dungeons.
Mhm.
I should
And
have
you do
made
see, like,
your
this is really
mentor
good.
the Guy Fieri.
No,
All right.
He does have flaming hair,
Nope.
so
Arabella grinds the bread and like adds some water to it and lets the yeast, sit, and then put it on a hot plate type situation over the fire, and before you know it, we have some flatbread.
Yep.
Stacy's gonna take like just the little smallest corner of a special mushroom and put it in her omelet.
Yes,
Yeah.
gentle viewers, I have brought this on myself. I asked for this. Hey, let's get the bang back together. What the hell was I thinking? All right, so you have your breakfast, and you make your you spot the direction to head, and it
Our
leads
artisanal
towards-
breakfast,
Artisanal
foraged
breakfast.
organic breakfast.
Yes, with your free range lizard egg omelets, but off in the distance. Again, about maybe an hour's trip. Does not even need a survival check to do because you've got Daisy on your side, and she rolled such a stunningly good survival check to find this spot. You make the path towards the dungeons, Durgar inns, and dives. I like it. That might be the new name. I might have to give you credit for that.
We haven't run into any Durgar yet, though. So
You know what?
Yet.
dungeons, dwarves. and
I have
dives.
got full control over that situation, so I can make that happen.
It could also just be dungeons, dwarves, and dives.
Exactly. Yet. I can make the owners of that
Or
that inn of
Dungeons,
Durgar.
deep gnomes, and dives.
None of us are dwarves. I'm not a deep gnome either. I'm a forest
Yeah.
gnome.
Whatever. So don't tempt the DM. See, this person knows. This person they get it. They get it.
They're giving you ideas, so I think they're tempting the DM more than we are.
Dungeons, drag-ins, and dives. We just have to have a time for me to.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Hyphen, the carefully located hyphen.
Yeah.
Where
So
we,
Yeah.
then that
where we
means
can drag at any inn.
that
Like,
means
we
that
all
I
dress
get
up
to
as-
put a dragon in.
No, drag in.
Yeah,
We all do drag.
drag
We all dress up
ins.
as little.
So the entire group is going to become drag kings.
Yeah.
Traveling
I mean,
drag kings?
yeah.
Kings?
Or queens, because you
That
can
sounds
be
fantastic.
Great.
You know, the girls already have facials and magic makeup.
Right?
Do
It's
not
true.
do not
That
make me
is
make
true,
a
yes.
RuPaul NPC. I will do it. So help me God.
I'm sure someone has proficiency in a disguise kit.
And
Maybe
I
they'll
do. I'm a
know.
rogue. I have proficiency in disguise kit, and if anybody wants to lip sync for their life,
Yeah,
Got you
you're gonna use
covered.
that disguise kit to put a little stubble on there, like a cute little drag king. Could be great.
somebody's a bard,
So-
so we can have accompaniment.
Your contract
true.
is right ahead.
We head
As the
towards
DM steers us back to the path.
the ziggurat.
Towards the ziggurat. Yes. All right. Let me grab your tokens and I'll move you over there. you in order here. Yeah. Make 7 of them in it. You'll have more people. That way we can always play. More of them to drive you nuts, more like. All right.
Emily is very quiet. How can
Emily
you say
is
that
very
about all of us?
quiet. Yes. But you know what?
Don't
I
worry.
know what the corrupting influence of this group is like. It won't be long.
Yep.
The quiet
give it
ones you have to
time.
watch. We're just
I was
she's just
quiet once.
watching.
Remember when Sarah was quiet?
Uh-huh.
I'm not even doing a crazy Scottish accent this time. I'm just doing a slight Southern accent.
Slight. So
I would like to incorporate, like, I don't know, an Irish accent. Maybe I'll do it next time.
I couldn't decide on what kind of accent I was gonna have, so I just decided to just
Be yourself.
yeah, let's just leave it at that, and then
Yeah, you don't have to have a fancy
I
accent.
was going to do a Midwestern accent, but I thought it would maybe offend all of you. Most of you.
No, it'd be great. I can't do one.
Oh, could
I
I be
have a-
Midwestern next week?
Yeah.
I have a great
I'll
book.
be
It's
Southern,
called,
you be Midwestern.
Oh, don't you know?
I have a great book. It's called How to Talk Midwestern.
It's Canadian. That's not Midwestern.
I don't know. I used to work with a guy, and he said he was from Sheboygan, and I swear to God, he sounded like this.
it's up
Yeah.
there on the Yooper. He's a
So
Yooper
good.
up there.
Mhm.
Don't you know?
Oh yeah.
Sheboygan is not even that far, and yet he sounded like a caricature of a Midwesterner.
Yep. I don't know. I've had people who give me the Durhay. Oh yeah, Durhay. Oh no, you are literally from
Tree.
Southern Waukesha. Shut up. Anyways,
On the other hand, I know folks from all over the Southeast who sound
So-
like they.
Yeah.
you're approaching the little X line. There is a trail that is on the other side of this little inlet. You've got what appears to be one outbuilding here. Here, there we go. Come on, Roll20, work with me. Another outbuilding here, and then there is the ziggurat in question over here.
Uh-huh.
The ziggurat itself, from what you can see, it's either a very small ziggurat, or it's the tip of something that is sunken in. It has got stairs that lead up to the very top, where it looks like a bowl of something or a fire ring was set up there and has fallen into disrepair. There is some debris on the corners and the sides, lowest on this particular structure. You can see in spots where pillars have fallen over. This looks like it was more of a full-on community type area that has been overrun and waterlogged by the swamp as it incurs into this area, into the spot. Towards the middle of the kind of waterways areas, you see more signs of either where pillars have fallen over or where pillars are still standing and just barely jutting out of the water. The outbuildings themselves look like they've got archways where doors have fallen in or fallen off, or where the walls themselves have kind of collapsed. But the closest outbuilding to the north of this particular location has looks like it's the most solid of the structures that are here, and aside from that, you see a mostly dry area. But
Do I see any animals?
go ahead and give me a perception check if you're just trying to spot critters.
No.
I would like to do a
No
perception
critters.
check to see if you said people are paying others to come here. I would like to do a perception check to see if there are signs of others that are already here, or
If you
maybe
want to
been
look
here.
for like tracks and whatnot, that would be a survival check.
Okay,
check.
tracks and or traps.
Okay.
You want survival?
Give me a survival check. You do see the trail that is marked by those X's. That seems to be the most well-worn path going through. Um, you can't tell what made the path, but it is definitely the path itself. As far as traps, um, even the dry portions of this are still pretty damp for setting any sort of like pits or snares or anything like that. It just doesn't seem to really mesh very well with it. Also, the closer that you get in to the main central area where you see the grid work kind of drawn in, that is areas where there were flagstones set up. So as you get towards the edges of the waterways, the stones kind of sink in and go down, and it looks like the water paths that are in there have kind of been formed by almost like a sinkhole and erosion of the water going through.
So does the water appear to come into the temple, or does it look like it's leaving the temple?
It looks like it is encroaching in upon the temple, not coming from it. So, um,
And how
the other thing that you don't see is you don't see any entrances, doors, or the like on that ziggurat.
Hmm. Daisy, are you still leading the way here, or now that we're getting less swamp and more temple, is this not so much your vibe?
I mean, I can scout out anything.
All right, well, Daisy, if you're going to make your way forward and kind of check out the area in question, give me a survival check. And
Actually, say that, and I'm gonna roll something bad.
well,
Hey, I got a 9, so
what
there you
does
go.
I guess we don't have to worry about it too much, but I was about to say your favorite terrain normally standard gives you what does it give you? Let's check that. Game rules, Ranger. Thank you, D&D Beyond, for actually working for me here. Favored enemy, Natural Explorer.
My favorite enemy is plants.
Okay.
There are evil plants. That's when the alarm bells will go off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
does that mean poison mushrooms?
It doesn't
Yeah.
give
Mushrooms are not
you
plants.
much in that. So, but your survival check of a 23, you will find out that there are tracks that go through here. The creatures in question you see throughout this area, insects, some of them of the very large variety. You do see what looks to be like frogs, lizards, and rats, those kind of things that make their home on the edges of waterways and whatnot. And you do see some sign of humanoid style footprints.
Okay.
Um, Not many, and the ones that you're seeing are uh, just kind of sporadically through here and there, and then just kind of trail off and disappear. The most of the tracks that you're seeing are leading towards the two outbuildings, and not so much
Okay.
in towards the ziggurats.
Interesting. They're not coming from the ziggurat, though?
They are not coming from the ziggurat,
They're just going from like outbuilding to outbuilding.
and in towards kind of the area where you're coming from, where they go out and maybe do some scavenging or hunting out in the forests and whatnot,
Okay.
and come back.
I will communicate that information.
You can see that there are a lot of small critter tracks that are in this area here, and that are likely forming up that trail that is that line of X's. Although once it gets towards here, that it's hard to tell because you haven't gotten close enough, but it doesn't look like that trail is widely used. In towards this area and this outbuilding is where you see a lot of reptilian, insect types, like large beetles. Those kind of, if you pictured a beetle that's about this big or so, yeah, that kind of tracks going through, and the various, as well as the humanoid feet footprints are coming from that outbuilding.
Interesting. I wonder if those beetles are edible.
The humanoid footprints, they come from this outbuilding. They head this way, but they do not go out and into the forest. They kind of mostly stay in this area, going from outbuilding to outbuilding.
Can I try to stealth up to around this corner?
Give me a stealth check.
I would like to go with.
Go ahead, give me a stealth. And
Hey,
then move yourselves up to that corner.
What are we supposed to be looking for in this building again?
Anything interesting?
So this ruined temple existed pre-calamity times, so it's been like this for a very, very long time, like measured in a century or so. And you are looking for any sort of artwork, any sort of artifacts from that time frame,
Okay.
anything of value that that a collector might pay money for.
Does anybody have detect magic?
I do. Where would you like to look?
Valuable right now? I don't know.
We are stealthing up around this building here.
Yeah, you get up
Yeah.
to the corner of the building. Nothing seems to have noticed your approach.
There's
Did
my
we see
big
anything
8 on
else
my
around
stealth.
the corner?
It's 6. It's
Mavis comes
4.
splop, 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 splop.
Like, hey, what are you
So-
guys doing? What are you seeing over there?
So where do you want me to check?
So, something you're going to start to notice as the three of you get into this corner is, let's see here. You start to hear a skittering and squeaking sound as rats start to move out from this one outbuilding.
The one we're by?
No, over here, where these rats just stepped out and into view.
Oh, over there.
I would have let y'all know that there are creatures and critters over there.
Yeah, I mean, I am a cat, and it's kind of my nature to maybe chase one of those or more, but I will restrain myself because I'm in new company, and I don't want to,
And you'd have to cross the waterway. Is
I would
this
have to cross the water,
really
No.
heavy, or is it just like a creek?
In towards here, it's a full-on sinkhole, so that darker portion is deep water, and this lighter portion, it's sitting foot and a half deep.
Okay, great.
Yeah, no,
more-
not crossing that, not
it's
even
more
for
crook.
rats.
All right.
Are the rats looking menacing and like they're going to come over and
Oh, they heard you, and they're making their way that direction. Yes.
can I fire an
And
arrow?
yeah, same.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's go
Oh,
ahead
boy.
and highlight. So, for those of you who have not done Roll20 before, highlight your token by clicking on it, which is going to give you the 5 balloons around it, and then click your initiative to roll your initiative. Let me.
Oh, I made double digits.
Nice.
Why? Oh, that's because it was an wrong one. Try holding down the Alt key and then doing it. There we go. All right.
Huh.
Let's see here.
Huh. That's weird.
Red, blue, green, Mr. Orange, Mr. Purple, and Mr. Pink. Why do I got to be Mr. Pink? All right. Let's go ahead and roll their initiatives.
I think I have a setting where I have the
Where you have
my
what?
dexterity attached to my
You mean the plus
initiative
1
roll.
4? Yeah, it's the tiebreaker.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so, but even with the tiebreaker and the high dex, he rolled a nat 1. It's too fun. Anyway, that's more for attack rolls. So let's try this. Mr. Red, he's going to go on that. Mr. Blue, he's going to go on that. Mr. Purple, he's going to go on that. Mr. Green, he's going to go on that. Mr. Orange, he's going to go on that. Mr. Pink, he's going to go on that. And let's see here. And I have no idea what these are. Arabella,
Kick out.
why'd you roll your initiative again?
Sorry, I hadn't done it correctly,
Oh, okay.
but I got there in the end. I should have like a 1 for initiative because that took me forever.
Uh,
Sorry, I was trying.
well, if you don't get it the first time, just and it rolls, but it doesn't go into the initiative order, just let me know and I can add it in manually too.
I know you just seem to be doing a lot, so
That is part of being the dungeon master. Okay, so Daisy, you are the first to go.
Cool. I am just, I think, barely in range to shoot an arrow and not take disadvantage, which is
You're at 70 feet from the closest one.
yeah, and I think it's 80.
Yep, but you can also move. You don't have to stand still.
But I don't think I want to because I think I'm in a good position with the group. So I'm having to like flip back and forth between screens. Did that roll? That did roll.
It did roll, and that is an 8. And that is going to miss the rat.
Okay. I don't think that I can do anything else.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moves out to there. Going to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. These things splash through the water like it's nothing. They are used to this terrain. They're river rats.
It is a big boy.
And that's a big boy. Mm-hmm. All right, the next one up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sploosh. It had to dash to get up there, but it makes its way up. Apparently, attracted to the cat for some reason. You know, favorite enemies, whatever. 5,
Come at me, bro.
25, 30. 5, 10. And it comes
Ate your
splashing
mom for
through the water.
breakfast.
And rats, Mr. Pink. Mr. Pink gets up to
I
there.
ate your mom for breakfast and I'll eat your cousin for dinner.
Sploosh, 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 sploosh. Mavis.
I'm doing a quick read because things have changed from when I first thought what I was going to do. 15-foot cube originating from me. Let's see if I can do anything without blasting my friend.
Well, if you want to get the template, if you go in under the journal, there is a spell template section, and you can grab your Thunder Wave. It is in there alphabetically. I will grab it for you this time, and you can use it.
Go grab it.
You can use it
So
to
cool.
place it.
Oh, now that is neat, and I need that for my games.
And what you see there is you will hit the 1 rat and the 3 giant rats without hitting a friendly.
Let me go click on that spell.
And I will roll some con saves.
I do 7 points of thunder damage.
Thunder.
To get rid of my spell.
Well, the rat makes it save and still dies. It's a rat.
Okay.
All right. I'm using that for the first of the giant rats, which is going to take half damage because I didn't have to roll for that one.
How much sound does the thunder wave make? What's the distance?
Noisy.
Oh, it's noisy. Yeah, it for about 100, a good 100 feet or 100 yards or so. Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Makes it save, fails it save. So Mr. Pink fails it save. It's the closest. Makes sense. And you said it was dealing 7 damage. So
Correct.
let's see. They're at. Oops, that's 5. And this would work with me. All right, first things first. Let's get the Thunderwave template out of there so I can hit them without having that happen. All right. One sec while I adjust these things. I didn't do it beforehand. Goody for me. All right. There, now they're adjusted. And then the other two will take 3 points of damage. And Thunderwave shoots them back 10 feet if they failed. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, so 5, 10. Bloop. Splash back into the water. Mr. Pink goes. And a rumbling sound echoes through the swamp. Next up.
Oh, hold on, I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I am going to give inspiration to B on her to use as she so desires, a D6 on a D20 roll.
Thank you.
D6 Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
All right. Now it's my turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Splash, 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 splash. Whoosh. Moves up to there. All right. What do we got? Splash, splash, splash. Dashes up to there. B, it is now your turn.
Okay. I will, now that I have something to stab, I will pull out a dagger and give that thing a skewer. Mr. Green,
Mr. Green.
will be skewered. Theoretically, please don't, please work. I can't say what I wanted to say because this is a family show.
Oh, I'll hit
Okay.
that. I'll hit that toggle for the
Oh yeah,
adult
no,
show at
it's
some point.
you
Okay.
can say the things.
Well,
Okay.
no, I have not hit the adult toggle yet.
Okay, I won't say the adult thing, but you can imagine it because
Yeah.
what do critters say? All right, let's see if roll 20 will, or not
They're
roll
inside
20.
your heart.
There you go.
All right, a 15 does connect to Mr. Green.
Okay, and I don't know what it's doing. I just clicked, sneak attack because, well, yeah, I have
It always factors in sneak attack. You don't have it
Okay.
quite yet because you don't have somebody next to it, but
Yeah, don't have
it was
somebody
only
next
1
to it.
point.
and I don't have advantage anyway, so.
Exactly. So
Okay, so 3 piercing.
Mhm.
Woo!
all right.
And I don't believe I have any bonus actions at the moment.
Nope, only level 1. All right, so this one comes up to here. And Arabella, you're up next.
All right, Arabella needs to move before she can do much of anything. So I'm gonna try to grab my character, move her 5, 10, 15, 20. I gotta move the map. Okay. Oh, this is so hard to do.
Yes, I think you just landed on top of someone else.
I didn't mean to.
Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, coming through.
I'm small. It's okay.
Crap. I can't move. I keep trying to grab. Let me try this again.
Right now, I move myself, so
I know, I'm right by like a token. Oh, this is embarrassing and awful. I'm just trying to move my character down and press Fairy Fire.
So you're moving down to there? Is that what you're saying?
I can move 35 feet. So I think I can move. There we go. I think I can move to there.
All right.
And then I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on some of these little guys. Let me go over there. Okay.
That is your most optimal setup for your Fairy Fire. That is going to get the 3 giant rats and the little pink miniature rats.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right.
That
so
was what I did.
the blue giant rats, deck save. Fails. The green giant rat succeeds. The red giant rat fails, and then the pink little rat fails. Now we move this to the map layer. Oop. And it disappears because it goes underneath my map. Excellent. Well, whatever.
Yep.
It does do a little bit of light, but we won't worry about that. This one, or no, blue succeeded. That's right. No, blue did not succeed. Middle rat succeeded, so green succeeded. Red. Up. And what color Fairy Fire are you lemming these things with?
How about red sparkly Fairy Fire?
All right. Purple is going to go splooshing up this direction. And Stacy, you're up.
Stacy is going to rage.
She gets very mad when rats come out and ruin her day.
She doesn't like rats. They upset Tank. So, rage.
Well, Chihuahuas were ratters.
Yep. So he's basically just egging her on at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So she runs up to this blue guy here and whacks it.
Okay.
16 to hit.
That will connect.
10 bludgeoning damage.
And snap.
Okay, never mind.
Splat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was my turn.
All right. Adelaide.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go here and I will hit blue with my scimitar. Or try to. 17.
17 connects. Slice.
Okay, and then offhand, I'll try and short sword green. I'm back. I'm trying to short sword green with my offhand.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. And
23.
splat.
Then I'm done.
All right. Amanita.
I am not within 25 feet of any of these guys, am I? Nope. Sure not. So what are spell slots for? I'm going to cast Ice Knife on the green guy next to B.
Okay.
That's 60 feet, so
A 9 will miss.
yeah, sure will. Hold it.
Yeah.
I think that if it misses, it does nothing. I don't
Yeah.
get that thing. Oh, nope. No, don't roll again. Sorry.
10 misses too.
Ignore.
Skips
Alright, well,
across
and
the
then-
water line.
And then I'm going to move 25 feet move up so I'm a little closer. Let's get me behind. Let's get me over there, and I'm going to cast Shillelagh with my bonus action, so I'm ready next time.
All right.
And that's my turn.
This rat is going to move up towards here. And now this stuff is going to happen because these ones are going on this and this. 1 second while I place these.
Oh, actually, hit or miss, the shard explodes. Sorry.
Oh, okay. And it's in a 5-foot radius?
Yep. Any creature within 5 feet must succeed on a dexterity saving throw, which is a DC 12.
All right, B, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oops.
Man.
Wait a minute.
Come
Oh,
on.
no.
Cat reflexes, don't let me down.
All right.
Yeehaw.
So on a save, the is it half damage? Or is it just a save or nothing?
I think Ice Knife
Save or
is a
nothing.
spell.
Yeah.
Well, some
Not
spells
save.
are save or nothing.
It's only a level 1 spell. It's
So-
there's no half damage.
Okay.
It would say it does not. The target also should make a dexterity save.
Right. Yeah, I know that. I'm just grabbing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even leveled spells sometimes have a save or nothing. So.
Yeah.
Dex save for the giant rat. He's gonna fail though. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, look at that! I actually did some damage.
Uh-huh. All right.
Wait,
so,
nope, that's the gem. That was the on hit. I'm so sorry.
Well,
It's
the
2D.
cold damage is the damage from it. So that's the 4. That's at the second one.
Yeah, the cold damage is the
So
the
he
2D6.
takes the 4 cold.
Yeah.
And not the 3 piercing. All right. So that rat comes up, and then this happens. You hear a sproing, and poof,
Oh,
a
crap.
giant toad jumps out from
It's so
From the
big.
top of this
Oh my
building.
God.
Oh,
I love his expression. I love it. It's like,
blah. And then
Hello.
there's
Right
coalescing
here.
shadow as this little insectoid creature bursts out of the shadow in the corner of this building. All right. So they're going to do their thing here. First things first, a claw comes at that's B down there. So B, a claw comes after you, but only gets a 9, so misses.
consent, consent.
I do not consent.
Do not consent.
And so, let's see. I've got a target-rich environment here. Let's roll a d4 and see what he goes for. 4. That is for Emma. Yeah, the druid.
Amanita.
Amanita. Bite. Ooh,
Oh.
gets a 20.
Uh,
that hits.
hold on.
I'm so small.
I don't think you have the fancy bard. I can roll a die to
Yeah.
lower your attack yet.
Not.
That's at higher levels. 12 points of piercing and 2 poison.
Oh no.
No. I have silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. Is that a reaction?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, put the text in roll 20 for me so I can see what it is.
If it comes there when I do it.
All right. One reaction you take when a creature within you.
You got to re-roll your
Magically
d20.
Okay, I can do that. Reroll the bite attack. I get a 14 to hit. Does that hit you?
Yeah.
Ah,
Still does, huh? 12 points of piercing and 2 points of poison. Are you?
I'm out of first level spells
I have-
now.
I have 10 hit points.
Okay.
Does that count as 1 hit or 2?
That counts as 1 hit. So you are unconscious and you are grappled in its mouth.
You just see this tiny gnome
You just see
immediately.
this tiny gnome just gets slurped up by this giant toad, and you just see one leg just kind of twitching out of its mouth.
Mavis wants to know if it's a hallucinogenic toad. If she licks it, she might see things.
I don't know. You might have to find out after licking it. The mean like it did nothing. Daisy, it is your turn now.
Do I know how to free the druid?
Kill the frog.
You can kill the toad, or you can grab her and attempt to pull her out of the mouth.
I am not strong.
Well, you can do it as an escape check, so you could use acrobatics or
Okay,
athletics.
Yeah, I will make an attempt at that.
All right, so you take your action. You would have to move over next to, so you move around the toad.
Okay.
To get next to you're right next to the toad. It's fine. There's no facing in this game. Go ahead and roll your acrobatics check. A 12. The DC for the escape is a 13. Unfortunately, you kind of pull her about halfway out, but the tongue is still wrapped around the leg. Not the one that's not twitching. All right.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. How tall is it? How big is it?
It's a large creature. It's about the size of a horse.
Okay. I am going to use my bonus action to onto its back.
Sure. Give me an acrobatics check.
So I have a bonus action trait that allows me
because you're a rabbit.
10 feet into the air.
Right. The acrobatics is to see if you land on its back and remain on its back.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Valid.
Bunny on a toad. Bunny on a toad.
All right. So spring, you leap up and you jump on its back and go, time me for 8 seconds. All right.
I just need to be in a better position to stab it.
Red rat.
All right.
Kitty cat. It's gonna move over here, but because of the rights of pack tactics, it's gonna attack B because it's got a ally right next to her, and gets an 11 with its pack tactics, and misses.
No, you don't.
Yep. Which means Pink gets to go. Pink is right next to Adelaide, and has pack tactics because of Orange Wee Rat. So, fight attack is a 22 to hit Adelaide.
Yeah.
4 points of piercing damage. And Pink Rat has gone. And the wee Pink Rat here is going to move up to here. It is going to attempt to bite at Stacy because pack tactics. That's the giant toad. That's not the stat block I'm looking for. Here we go. Oh, but it misses because it's just a wee rat. All right, Mavis, it is your turn.
Okay.
Do we know which rats we have advantage on?
Nope.
The ones that have got the little light, the little sunburst thing on. So this one, and actually those are the only 2 that are still fairy fired. The other ones that were fairy fired have died. So
I will viciously mock the toad.
all right, vicious mockery on the toad. That is a wisdom saving throw.
I do 1 point of damage psychically into its head, and it made its save.
It is immune to your barbs and taunts.
I'm going to eat you or lick you. I'm not sure which first.
All right. Green rat. Green rat is going to attempt to bite at B because pack tactics. That's a 10.
No, sir.
Apparently, they cannot hit a cat. It's just like in the cartoons. All right, B, it is your turn.
Well, the cat's gonna hit you. Okay, so
You do have advantage on red because it is currently limbed in the fairy fire.
okay. I will take the advantage on red. Although I am tempted to turn around and smack this little claw guy who came out of nowhere. But I will take the advantage on red, and I will use my rapier this time because I see that we are surrounded now, and my little daggers ain't gonna do it. So, okay. Now, is there an advantage toggle on?
If you hold down shift, it'll go to
Hold,
a little green plus sign on the.
okay,
here.
hold down shift. There we go.
If you want advantage, it's shift. If you want disadvantage, it's control.
Okay, and
So
there
21
is
hits,
that.
and you get 9 points because you have multiple forms of sneak attack on this thing, and it had 9 points.
Fantastic.
And yeah, we'll do one of those. Yep. All right, let's put in the battle sounds.
Nice.
Now that we've started battle.
Nice.
We're well into battle. We'll start the battle sounds. All right. Anything else?
No, I wish I had a bonus action, but I don't.
All right. Arabella.
Okay, can someone move fairy fire from something that doesn't need it anymore onto
Nope.
something else?
Nope.
It is not Hunter's Mark. So.
Well, there goes that idea. Okay, I think as a regular action, I'm gonna do an unarmed strike.
Can I be healed when I'm in grappled, or
Yep.
can I not?
You can be healed.
That was my bonus action. I've got a healing word coming to you. Okay, so I was gonna hit something nearby. I think there's
Probably the
there's a rat
There's a
over
wee
there.
rat there that you have advantage on.
Do I need to select it before I hit the
Nope.
button?
You just
Okay.
hit the unarmed strike, and if it hits its AC,
Did it work? Oh.
luckily you have advantage, and you didn't actually roll with advantage. So do it again. Hopefully, not getting a nat 1.
Right? I got a nat B. Is that a
Hey,
20?
you crits. Yep.
Yay!
So now with a critical, if you click the name of the attack in roll 20, it'll automatically do your crit damage. I can do it for you this time. So your damage is. Wait a minute. Work with me here. Why is it not generating damage?
You have to click on the actual
Maybe it's because
pink.
you didn't make the roll.
Maybe. All right. So go to where it says unarmed strike underneath 21 on roll 20 and click that link there, and it should roll.
Where it says bludgeoning?
Says unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike in roll 20.
The word?
Under the 21.
Under the 21 in roll 20, not on your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
In the
Okay,
chat.
right here?
Yep.
Did it?
Well,
Did it work?
It is not
Nope,
doing
nothing
anything.
happened.
What is the damage that it lists on your character sheet for your unarmed strike?
+1 to 0, so 1.
What is your strength modifier?
Very, very low.
What's your strength?
8.
Okay.
So negative
So
1.
you turn around and you go and start smacking it, and it does no damage.
Why is
Oh,
your
oh, so sad. Okay, as a bonus action, I would like to healing word Sarah, since that didn't do anything.
I just like that the hungover cleric just turns around and goes starts slapping the rat and nothing happens. And then you turn around and healing word. So go ahead and click the cast on healing word, and it'll port the heal into roll 20 for us.
But at least that was a 4, so now she gets 7 back.
7 points. Yep. So
There wasn't completely useless, just mostly useless.
You come to conscious in the mouth of a giant toad. All right, with that,
So slimy.
purple rat goes. Purple rat, purple rat. It comes up and it says, "Hey, you slapped my friend," and it is going to attempt to bite Arabella. Nope. Stacy.
So last time, I don't think it applied rage damage
Okay.
when I hit. So just add a +2 to whatever damage I've come up with, I guess. I hit the toad.
No, you don't.
No.
Well,
don't
all
hit
right.
the
I
toad.
shouldn't say that. Let me check this character sheet. No, you don't.
Hmm.
It's close, but no.
All right. I try to hit the toad and I fail.
All right. Next, Adelaide.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and scimitar the pink one.
All right, scimitar towards pink.
Yeah.
Bam!
20
That hits. For 8 points of
This-
damage, it had 5 left.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yay!
Offhand, we'll strike the little rat.
The wee rat. Wee rat only has an AC of 10 and
The
1 hit
one
point.
killer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Normal
Perfect.
sized rats are just a single hit point.
thank goodness. Okay, I'm done.
All right, Amanita, you're up.
Hi.
So you are currently grappled in the mouth of this toad.
Really unfortunate that I have an 8 strength.
You can use acrobatics to try and wiggle your way
Yeah.
out.
Or could I just try and hit it while I'm in its
You
mouth?
could try
or
and hit it.
something?
You are not restrained. You're just grappled, so you could attack it inside of its mouth.
I think I'm gonna do that. Is my
Oh,
shillelagh
I'm
still
sorry.
up?
You are restrained. You have disadvantage on the attack. Your shillelagh, sure, it can still be up.
Okay.
So you just have to attack at disadvantage because of being restrained. Because I just read the stat block and it does say you are restrained.
Yeah, restrained. Nah, I think I'm gonna try and get out.
All right, give me an acrobatics check.
I'm not so good at that. Look,
You're
look,
kind of still stuck.
I'm a mushroom farmer.
You know, I didn't tell you to take a mushroom farmer, so. All right, is that it for you?
Yeah, that's my action, I assume, to try and get out, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, the only bonus action I got is shillelagh, and I done already cast that. Yeah, I'm good. That's all I got.
Okay. Now comes the big thing. It's got you in its mouth. It makes a bite attack. And gulp, you get swallowed.
Oh no!
And you just watch as this giant toad just swallows her. And so you are inside of its gullet with 7 hit points.
Yep.
You are blinded, restrained. You have total cover from attacks and other effects from outside of the toad. But
Great.
you are in the process of being digested.
Cool. Love it.
All right. The little insectoid creature. There's one more small rat. The other wee creature here. Well, now I got a target-rich environment here. Let's see. 1 to 3 is going after B. Going after B. Claw attack on B. 12?
No.
All right. That's its turn. Daisy.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the things on my sheet. I would like to
Guys,
dagger
if you want to attack
this
this toad, I'm
toad.
probably gonna die.
Yeah, I would like to stab this toad.
All right, you attempt to stab the toad.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do that in there.
If you go
Because
to actions, under actions,
the-
any of your
The
attacks,
button's not coming. Oh, because I was in inventory.
yes, you have to go to the actions tab, and then you'll have the button on the attack bonus. Hey, that 19 will hit. So go ahead and hit hit the name or the damage, and it'll give you the damage. 6 points of damage.
The second one missed, I'm guessing. The offhand.
The offhand, yes, did miss.
All right.
All right, with that, the pink rat is going to attempt to bite Arabella because you slapped me. That's mean. 12 is going to miss. And Mavis.
Okay. Are we using flanking rules for advantage or no flanking rules?
No
for
flanking. Nope.
Okay.
That makes it way too easy.
No, right now we need way too easy.
So I'm like on top of the toad, so he's flanked.
I come in.
The toad is actually not that difficult to hit.
Does a 13 hit?
F13 does hit.
I do 5 points of piercing damage.
All right. 5 points of piercing damage done. Anything else?
I'm going to use my bonus action to attack with my dagger.
All right.
And
6
I miss.
does not. Yep. All right. Green giant rat. Roar! That was a very loud giant rat. He attempts to bite because pack tactics. B because pack tactics and cat. 13 to hit. Does that hit B?
Yes, it will just hit.
My goodness, he finally hit. 4 points of piercing.
Now, do you track the damage or do I?
You do.
Okay. Let's see.
And if you want your healer to see it, then you would change it on your token as well.
Okay, which I did.
All right.
Okay.
He went. B, it is your turn.
All right then. We're going to return the favor to Mr. Green with our rapier.
Okay. Ooh.
Or not, but I will use my well, it's a crit fail anyway, so it won't matter if I use my bardic inspiration.
No, it will not, because unfortunately
That is true, but I do still have an offhand attack.
you do.
Now we'll do that with a dagger. Come on.
Come on, dagger.
Hello.
Come on, roll 20. Computer.
Anytime would be great. Hello, compute.
19, you hit. You deal
Yes!
6 points because you do have sneak attack. Because Adelaide is right there, and it had 5 hit points left.
Take that, you little bastard.
And, well, that was actually the big bastard, and that was the last of them, so I can close that stat block.
Oh, I still have to have words with this here creepy crawly over here.
Yep. All right, Arabelle, it is your turn.
Oh my gosh. I feel like it's really dire to get my friend out of that giant toad.
Likely is.
And did somebody cut the toad open with a dagger?
No, because it
You
is
cut
still
the toad.
alive.
Trying to kill it.
But not open.
Yep. It's not going to sit
Okay.
still and allow you to vivisect it until it's dead.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a lot of weapony type things, but I do have something called guiding bolt.
Yay,
So-
got him bolt!
You would have to step away or attack with disadvantage. How would you like to do this? If you step away, it can get an attack of opportunity against you. If you attack with disadvantage, you're just attacking with disadvantage, but no attack of opportunity.
I don't want it to get a little. Yeah, I don't want it to get. I don't want to get damage from it. So
All right,
I
so
think I'm
then
going to
hold down the control key when you cast the spell, and it will do it at
Oh.
disadvantage,
Okay, here I go.
or it should. Roll 20 has been a wee bit
Did
slow.
it do it?
That is an 11, which hits a giant toad. You have successfully cast Find AC.
Yay!
You
Okay.
deal 15 points of radiant,
Awesome.
and you light it up for the next person.
Okay, and then I press the button under it. I heard a floop. Did it work?
It already did. It said
already
15
did.
Oh, it already
points
did.
of radiant
The damage already came through.
Oh, it already did it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my turn.
All right. And
Purple rat is next.
Purple Rat is next, and it is going to attempt to bite the cleric. It's going to miss. I just realized they don't have pack tactics. Otherwise, it would have hit. Actually, no, it wouldn't have. 17 didn't even hit that. Stacy, you're up.
All right, so it's shift and click for advantage because I'm hitting the giant toad and it's lit up.
Yep.
Shift click. Which did nothing.
Just click it again, yeah.
Control click.
22
or
to
shift?
hit.
No, control's disadvantage. 22 does hit.
Okay.
So
And then
12.
add 2 to that for rage damage.
Mm-hmm.
So 12
Still
bludgeoning damage.
standing. Still standing.
He's still standing.
Ruth.
Better than he ever did.
All right.
Click in that you are raging on your character sheet.
I did. Yes.
Oh, I don't know
I
why
don't
it's not.
know
Oh,
where else I would notify it that I am raging.
you might have to do it in the roll 20 or the beyond 20. One of the two has a toggle, I think, for
There's a toggle, but also we'll go through it after the stream here. We can take a look at it. All right, Adelaide, you're up.
Yeah, Scimitar the insectoid creature.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15 just connects.
Ignore me.
Oh,
I'm just
good.
pressing buttons.
And then offhand,
So
I'm guessing a 14 sounds like it might miss.
14 glances off of its chitinous hide. Chitinous hide? Chitinous hide. Yes. All right, which means
Well, I'm gonna move
Amanita.
through my buddies to get to here.
Mhm.
So I'm blinded, deafened, and restrained, but I'm not paralyzed, right? So
You are
could
not paralyzed.
You can attack with disadvantage.
You can make an attack with disadvantage, yes.
Well, I'm gonna do that.
All right.
I'm desperately shillelaghing myself in here. All right. 9.
Oh, it does not connect to the inside of its innards.
Yep. That's what I got.
On the giant toad's turn, you take acid damage to the tune of 9 points and fall unconscious.
Yep.
God.
The little mean lock.
I tried.
All right, I
I would
got
think
two
careful
options.
about your next move, son.
Oh wow, you taunted him, so he's going after you.
Of course he is.
Oh, hits with a
Oh,
19.
you. Yes, that will hit.
7 points of slashing.
I hate you.
Are you conscious still?
No, I am 1
Cool.
point below.
Oh, so you're unconscious. All right, so give me a Constitution saving throw.
Con save.
Hold it. She doesn't. Or are you poisoned? No, you're poisoned.
You are paralyzed and unconscious. So, let's go ahead and.
Well, I can't exactly repeat the saving throw because I'll be unconscious.
Well, yeah, but I mean, once you're conscious again, you'll still be paralyzed until the minute is up or the poison is gone. So we'll just use that one. Use the restraint. All right. So you're paralyzed by this creature.
How fun.
Daisy.
Yeah, let's stab this toad again.
2 action.
You
Yay!
hit it. You stab down with a knife. You twist, and blurg, it dies.
All right. Can I use my second?
It is going to take a full action to get her free.
Oh. All right. Then can I use my offhand attack to throw that second dagger at 5, 10, 15, 20? The claw guy?
The which
I
guy?
beat The claw dude.
The claw dude? Sure.
It's
And that
currently
was-
eating my face.
Yeah, that was a 20.
All right.
To
Takes
hit.
the 3 damage.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And sorry. Pink Rat goes, I believe. Yeah, Pink Rat is going to attempt to bite Arabelle. 15. No. That's gonna miss. I already know. I told you which race he was prior. Mavis, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my dagger to cut the gnome out.
All right, you take your action. You cut down in and pull the gnome out from the gullet. So as your action, you've got her out. She is no longer. She's no longer restrained. She is unconscious, though. All right.
Okay, can I?
Yeah.
So can I move in bonus, or am I done?
You can still move in bonus. Yep. That was just your action.
I will move down to there, and I will attack that little rat.
How are you attacking with the bonus action?
The with the offhand.
Offhand, you only get if you do an attack action.
Then I gonna stay up there with the gnome.
All right. Excellent. B. Give us a death saving throw.
Death save! Oh, yay!
The first death save of the campaign.
Is there a death save on the Beyond? D&D Beyond?
Yeah. If you go over where the death save is, you can click in there, and it should roll it into roll 20.
If you put your hit points down to 0, it'll pop up with
a little death save thing in the hit point area.
Gotcha. Okay, so current is 0.
And it'll even track your
death saves. Gotcha.
successes
Okay.
and fails. All right, so for the first death save of the campaign.
Okay, but how do you roll the thing? I see the.
I think you just click in it and it should roll it. Maybe. Honestly, it's been a while.
I think you should be able to click the name of it, and it should roll it.
It brings up a little pop-up window.
What's it say?
Death saves, failures. Oh, there it is. B. Click on the B.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah.
First is a saving throw of the campaign is a success.
Yay!
One success.
Not dead yet.
Arabella.
Don't want to go on the cart.
Okay, so I've got one person who's mostly dead, and I've got someone who's still slightly alive.
They are both
Is
in
one
death
dead?
saves.
Oh, crap. So she made one and she survived it. Sarah hasn't had to make one yet, right? Okay, so
I got Sarah out so she can become a target of a healing spell.
okay, so I have healing word, and I also have a skill in medicine. Can I do both?
So,
Like-
your healing word as a bonus action can heal one of them, and then if you're next to one of them, you can use a action to do a medicine check to stabilize the other.
That's what I want to do. I believe I am next to one of them because I was right next to the toad. So
Except for the fact that Mavis pulled her out her direction.
the other side.
can I move up?
Yeah, you have enough movement.
You can move, but you have the potential
You'll get
attacks
taken-
of opportunity, but they're from rats and you have an AC of 18. You should be fine.
Okay.
So
So I'm
the question
going
is, which one are you
to-
going to move to and do a medicine check on?
Well, I think it's probably easiest for me to just move up, right?
Yep. All right.
Okay.
So
Hey, I have healing spells.
you move up to there because you want Mavis, not Daisy, or not Mavis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. All right. So
Yeah.
two rat bites at you. If they had pack tactics, one of them would have hit you, but they miss. All right. So do your medicine check. So roll your medicine check on the doodad.
Okay. Rolling. Ugh.
Nope, you do not manage
Not great.
to do that. So now, for your bonus action, where are you going to direct your healing word?
So that failed on Sarah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna send the healing word to Dina.
All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead and cast the healing word.
I tried. Oh wait. Hang on. Is it gonna let me do this? Hang on. Okay. What's it doing? Oh, I think I'm out of spells.
Well, that's a problem.
That can happen.
Well, it's not letting me cast it. So I
That's
think I
because
might
you're out
be
of
out.
spell slots.
I thought I might be getting really close, but I wasn't sure where it had that information. I'll like send a positive message. Get better soon.
I appreciate that.
All
Just
right.
lay here.
While
Gosh, it's
while
fine.
it's tempting to have the wee little
Sending
rat
good vibes.
bite the cat and give it a failed death save, I'm not that cruel. It is going to bite at Adelaide, though. So purple rat is going to bite at Adelaide. That would be way funny, but
I would say I would like to think my friends would see them turning towards me and then stomp at them, but
All right, Stacy, you're up.
And
Really
your
wanna-
acquaintances, your casual acquaintances.
yeah,
you met
my
at the
casual
bar
acquaintances that I
yesterday.
just met 2 days ago.
The people I've been day drinking with for the last couple days.
Exactly.
I ate bad fish.
I mean, a lot of bonding happens in the bar, of like
Hey,
the women's bathroom at a bar.
Exactly.
Oh, Stacy's Ruth. I was about to say, hey, Sarah. I was so used to you being the barbarian. Hey, Ruth, you're up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're cutting in and out. What's up?
It's your
It's
turn.
It's your turn.
Cool. I try to hit the toad. I fail.
Oh my goodness. The toad. Well, you were
toad is
trying to hit the
dead.
rat because the
I'm
toad is
trying to hit
dead.
the rat. I probably fail.
Yeah, you still probably failed.
Yeah.
My goodness. Your barbarian's not very barbarian-y. Adelaide.
I'm level 1.
Yeah. Hit the insectoid thing.
Yep.
Creature.
An
No, I'm not.
11 glances off its hide.
Damn it.
I'm gonna try and get rid of the rat with my offhand.
Squawk. Blech. Yep.
Yay.
Eliminate a rat.
Okay. I'm done.
Amanita, give us a death save. The second death save of the campaign.
Hey, it took me a minute to figure it out too. There's a little button right between the word routine, the little thing. It's a little B button,
Yeah, it's a
little red one.
red D20 with a B on it in between your failed and success. That's 2 successful death saves.
Yay!
One from each of you.
Yep.
Roar! Meanlock then turns its attention to Adelaide and misses. Daisy.
I'm gonna pull out my bow. I'm gonna take a shot at the dagger, lizard, whatever it is.
The insect thing.
Oh,
Well, that's a
yay!
crit.
Look at that.
Now, again,
Use it.
go and click the short bow word in roll 20, and it should roll your damage critically for you.
Okay.
There you go. 9 points.
Yay!
It is unhappy with that situation. Is that it for you, Daisy?
That's it for me.
All right. This thing is going to move over here and attack and bite at Adelaide and miss. Mavis, you're up.
Mavis pulls out her healer's kit and applies it.
Now,
to,
you don't have the healer's feat, so it's just going
I
to.
have it just stabilizes.
It's-
It ends death saves.
Yep. So, with that, you are stable. Yes, other one up there, not Arabella. Amanita. You are stable. You are out of death saves. Is that it for you?
Now I've stabilized her. I'm going. I will go splash in the water, and I'm going to end up down there.
Okay. All right, B, give us another death save.
Okay, let's see if we can remember how to do this. Click.
Ooh, one success
Oh,
and
that
one
is a
fail.
no.
Hold it. No.
What?
He has Bardic Inspiration.
Does that apply to death saves?
Does not apply to death saves, especially when you're unconscious.
Yeah, I did
There-
not think it did.
There's lots of things that you can do for death saves. That is not one of them. A bless would,
No.
but Bardic Inspiration, no. You do have to be conscious to use it. Unfortunately. All right.
So since I'm dead, does my bardic inspiration disappear?
No, it's still there for 10
Okay.
minutes. It's just you need to be conscious to use it.
Yeah.
All right, Arabella.
All right, I'm gonna use a medicine check to try to stabilize
Well,
her.
you have
So I
to
guess
you have
I'll-
to get over to where
Hold it.
B is.
I already
Oh.
stabilized the gnome.
Yep. B
That's
is the one that
good.
needs to be stabilized, and she's down here. Past this
Oh.
rat, next to this mean lock.
Next to this evil baddie.
Ah, crap.
Great, I'm gonna TPK the party by dying.
5, 10, I mean, I have 35 movement. Can I
5,
go
10,
around the
15,
guy?
20, 25. You can get to it. You risk an attack of opportunity from the rat, but you've done that before.
Okay.
Rat bites
Yeah.
at you. It misses. Okay. Now you can do a medicine check to try and stabilize the road.
Okay, let's like really hope that
Everything
this is a
crossed.
high roll. No! Damn it.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
You're lucky
I
a
just
nat
was-
1 doesn't make you fail a death
Okay, just leave me here. You know, it's okay. I'll die. It's fine.
save. Stacy, it is your turn.
It is my turn.
You do have advantage on against this rat because it is still lit with fairy fire.
Nice. Let me see here. I am going to...
14 connects. Just your
Cool.
rage damage alone is going to kill it.
Yay!
That was the sound of Stacy getting
13
very angry.
damage to the rat.
Oh yeah, it had 1 hit point. Spoof.
That'll do. Thank you.
I'm just so angry about not being able to hit that stupid toad. Splat!
Splat.
Next.
If you want, you could move over B's body and get to here to get adjacent to the baddie for next turn if you want.
Sure.
Yeah,
I do
figured
that.
as the barbarian and tag the group. You might want to do it. Adelaide, is your turn.
Yeah. Second, for what? 5th verse like the first? Scimitar.
Shing,
No. Nope.
shing.
I'm trying.
Damn it.
No.
Amanita is stable. Mean lock. It's gonna attack at Adelaide. Ooh, I think I hit.
Oh dear, that hurt.
6 points of slashing and a Constitution saving throw, Adelaide. You made your con save. You are fine. You are not paralyzed.
Still up.
Like someone.
Still up. Daisy.
I'm gonna take a step this way. So I have some line of sight, and then I will.
You
Shoot
actually
again.
the line of sight that you've got there to the mean lock is it's got cover because it's around the corner. You'd want to go the other direction to get
I'll
it
go
more
there.
yeah towards the river
Okay.
to get a clear line of shot.
Cool.
There you go. Now you've got a clear line of fire. But an 8 still won't work.
No. Okay.
I
that's all.
I don't think B going down is going to TPK the party. I think
I was gonna
roll
say,
20's
I don't
dice
feel-
are.
I don't feel terribly bad now because nobody else can hit this thing either. Dang it.
Mavis.
I use another application from my healer's kit and stabilize B.
All right,
Thank
B is
you.
now stable. B, it's your turn. You're stable. Arabella, it is your
Love that the
turn.
bard is doing all the healing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I literally haven't done anything.
The
I
cleric has a hangover.
I walked forward. I got swallowed by a toad. I cast a spell on my thing. I got swallowed by a toad.
So here's a question. Even though I'm stable, am I still paralyzed?
You are still paralyzed
Okay.
And they're unconscious, so you're just,
and unconscious. Yeah.
I actually have to go, but I'm probably going to be unconscious the rest of the game. So I'm just going to leave my camera up. And
Okay. We'll be done. We'll be done here shortly because this mean lock is not long for this world.
Okay.
So
Oh, good, because this is so late.
If any of us
It is.
managed to hit it.
yes, roll 20 will be nice. So, anyways, Arabella, take your turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think what I'm gonna do is just try to help Dina's character because she's paralyzed.
All right,
'Cause
so
that's really all I can do.
you drag her away from the big bad thing.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
All right, Stacy.
There.
Stacy looks at the thing in front of her and is very angry about it.
Hulk smash.
Hopefully.
Please smash. Smash lots.
22
Ah,
hits.
22 hits.
Haste for you, buddy.
Hurrah!
It's only 12 damage.
And with that, you take it out in one fell swoop.
Yay!
I'm
Good
so
job.
sorry about that, guys. I just got so angry about not being able to hit that thing. Like, it's a giant hammer.
And this right here is where we will leave things at, because holy gods, did that take a long time to get us through.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
It was all
unfortunately, it was mostly because Roll20's dice hated y'all tonight.
Man.
Yes,
So-
they did.
I noticed when I turned off the under the B icon, if I turned off the B and used D&D Beyond's digital dice, once I turned that off, it seemed to be a bit better.
Yeah. Well,
I
you
didn't
know,
realize that was a thing.
it is a feast or famine with Roll20. To be honest with you, sometimes it's awesome, sometimes it is horrible. But with that, we have finished up the first session of Tal'Dorei South. We are going to leave our group here, broken, bloodied, a couple of you unconscious, and still not having managed to excavate the lower reaches of this ruined temple. And we'll pick it up in 2 weeks at our next session as we play in and through the southeastern shore of Tal'Dorei. For those of you that hung out with us through this brutal fight, we appreciate you catching up with us and watching the game. We'll be back again tomorrow with a new campaign starting for our Monday night game. Dino Nuggy Mondays is over. We have done Tomb of Annihilation, and we are starting our descent into Avernus tomorrow night. But until then, stay healthy, stay safe, roll some dice, and try not to jump in the mouth of the giant toad. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.